in the devices. Yeah, okay. I'm on devices. Yeah. That's it. In the which URI? Okay.
Yeah, their URI.
Alright, do you have an RTMP?
Still need to connect the streaming software.
You can paste it in here. So we can paste it, the RTMP into here, and then what do I do after that? I just can go live?
You add, then you go to audio, video, and select that, your favorite source, and then go live. So make sure that you've got the streaming service at the blue screen level.
Oh, where do I check that?
That's under service.
Streaming service. It's on blue frame. Now I'm on devices. Now I hit add. Okay. And then under URI. I'm typing in right now. Just let me know. I'll tell you when we get it in. And then we hit add. Alright, we just hit add.
Does it allow you to select that as the camera source?
Yeah.
Go to devices.
No, camera source.
Camera, yeah.
Audio, video.
Yes. It says production truck is unable to connect to the camera audio device.
Okay, yeah, I'm not sure. To be honest, if it doesn't work either of those places, it might be that the format of the RTP got for YouTube is not compatible to do this backwards like this. Like this or something.
I think I got it.
Hold on, I'm trying something out.
You want to end it?
We need to just get the RTMP from here. This is what we need to be inputting into this.
You sent you an email.
At this time, I direct your attention onto the field. Let's meet the players and coaches for each team. First, for the visiting Road Warriors. First, the reserves.
There it is. Were you going to send it?
Pitchers. Number 17, Jason Bickford from Fitchburg State. Number 23, Chase Carey from UMass Dartmouth. Number 8, Matt Higgins, Colby College. Number 27, Hunter Malkin, Bouvier University. Number 1, pitcher, Worcester
I think you're right.
Dominic Monaco.
Yeah, because RTMP
Number
from
32,
YouTube is not working.
from
It's gotta be-
Felician University, Peter Ward. Pitcher, from Franklin Pierce. Number 4,
Oh, yeah,
Kurt
got
Boyd.
it. Log me out.
Infielders,
Oh, this is yours.
You can send it to me if you want.
from Bentley
Yeah,
University,
sure. That's what-
Kurt
Can we
Heath.
forward this to Adam, please? I'm sorry.
Whatever you want.
Number 15,
Email?
from Hamilton College, Andrew.
Why is he moving the camera all over the place?
Outfielders, number 14, from Fairfield University, Jack Byrne. Number 11, from Williams College, Will Kanata. Number 5, from UMass Dartmouth, Marcus Olivier. The coaching staff manager, Brendan
I got it.
Morrissey. Assistant coaches, Don Sweeney and Corey Ponce. And now here's the starting lineup for the Futures League Road Warriors. Leading off at playing center field in UMass Dartmouth, number 10, Brett Baker. Batting second and playing the right field in the UMass role, number 3, Ryan Strand.
Under URI.
Batting third and playing
That's where it goes.
shortstop in UMass Dartmouth, number 21, Andrew Hussey.
There was none of this stuff. That was all
Batting
the
in
same.
the center position and playing first base from UMass Dartmouth, number 13, Joe Uzio.
No.
Alright, now it's set
Batting
as the
fifth
camera
and playing
source.
second base for Bentley University, number 2, Pappas. Batting sixth and doing the catching for Bentley University, number 18, Tommy Booney. Batting seventh and playing third base from Lockhaven University, number 16, Francisco Taveras. Batting eighth and playing left field for St. Lawrence University, number 6, Jack Finnegan. Batting ninth, the designated hitter from Assumption University, number 7, Edgar Paulino.
When we're inputting the RTMP, the device group has to be network manual entry.
Number 9, Owen McKay.
The device type is generic
Ladies
IP.
and gentlemen, the 2024 Futures League Road Warriors. And now let's meet the players and coaches of the 2023 Norwich Sea Unicorns Futures League champions. First,
Yellow Box
Norwich
Live, we
Warriors.
have 4 different
Pitchers.
HDMI imports.
number 9, University of
The
New
Yellow Box
Hampshire,
directly, so
Carroll.
that's why we have to get a custom link from Yellow Box
Number
to send to
5,
ourselves.
University of Connecticut, Giovanni Conti.
Correct.
0 from Iona University, Andrew Gaines. From Yale University, Ethan Lewis. University of New Haven, number 19, Timothy Lewis. Number 20, University of St. Joseph, Caden Murphy. From Yale University, Jack Oman. Number 22 from Central Connecticut State University, Bryson Plant. Number 55, University of Massachusetts, Kalen Powers. Number 12, Eastern Connecticut State University, Tiernan Powers. Number 28, William and Mary, Andrew Rondini. Number 17, Eastern Connecticut State University, H.A. Brooks.
Yeah, it's just not.
Number 1, Connecticut State University, Harry Roy. Number 18, Yale University, Teo Spadaccini. Number 15, from Bristol State University, Colton Vassar. Number 14, Nicholas College,
I don't know
Aiden
if we're going to be
Wilton.
able to use.
Catchers, number 16, from Nicholas College, Liam Flynn. And
We are.
from the University of Connecticut, Kyle Lane.
We're just gonna have to get it done
The infielders.
another way with it.
What's wrong with just using
From Galveston College, number
And we need to
22,
use
Lee
reduction
Connor.
for that.
Because they have a subscription with the
Number 27, Rutgers
Yeah, like
University,
people should be paying to watch this.
Tomasetto.
You think it's going to work?
Central Connecticut State University, number 7, Bo Jaworski. Outfielders, number 10, University of New Haven, Sean Callahan. Number 26, Stony Brook University, Chris Carson.
Oh, that's true. We could do that.
Number 2, from Olo College, Gavin Chadders.
We might just have to.
Number 11, Southern Connecticut State University, Isaiah Walker. The head coach for USC Unicorns, Kevin Murphy. He was assisted this season by Noah Figueroa and
Check in
Harry Dembowski. And now, here's the starting lineup for your Norwich Sea Unicorns. Leading off and playing center field for Yale University, number 13, Garrett Larson. Batting second and playing shortstop for Butterfield University, number 4, Alex Irizarry.
I'll give you guys a call back later.
Batting third and playing first base at Colton College, number 25, Ryan Graves.
I think I might have figured
Batting
it out.
in the cleanup position, your designated hitter from Nichols College, number 8, Brennan Hyde. Batting fifth and playing third base, number 3 from the University of Alabama, Birmingham, Christian Sweaters. Batting sixth and playing second base, number 29 from the University of Massachusetts, Anthony Tirado. Batting seventh and doing the catching, Central Connecticut State University, number 6, Owen Arias. Batting eighth and playing the right field for Wesleyan University, number 21, James Marsden. Batting ninth and playing the left field, Central Connecticut State University, number 24, Anthony Dupelli. And pitching the home opener for USC Unicorns. State University, Justin Marks. Ladies and gentlemen, the 2023 Futures League champion, Norwich Sea Unicorns. And now, please welcome onto the field General Manager Lee Walter, as he now has the trophy from the championship season of 2023.
We're going to put that there for safekeeping because we're going to win it again this year, right? So the mayor kind of stole the thunder by telling us all that we won last year, and that is true. We had the Manager of the Year, Kevin Murphy. Most valuable player, Dean Ferreira, who broke the single-season batting average record for the league. Playoff MVP, Johnny Knox. We brought the trophy home, and then we were also named Futures League Organization of the Year, which we're going to try to repeat all of that as we celebrate the 30th season of baseball at Dodd Stadium.
I'm losing power here.
We've
Yeah, it's
got
not
a great
charging.
season lined up, great crowd tonight.
Not plugged in, probably.
Unfortunately, still a lot of
It
people
is.
trying to get in here right now, as always happens. But we're going to kick it off. We thank Brandon Country That Rocks for playing this afternoon. We're going to have post-game fireworks. And right now, we're going to unveil the 2023 championship banner. So let's give a big count, starting with 3, 2, 1.
Yes.
Folks, we hope you all enjoy a great season. I'm going to send it back up to Mr. Ed right now.
Yeah, it's not even charging.
Thank you, Lee.
This is great.
At this time, fans, we ask that you please rise and remove your hats, as we will now honor America and those defending our freedoms with the singing of our national anthem. Performing the anthem this evening, please welcome Nancy Menhart.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streamed. At the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air gave proof through the
Big Josh and Saddam with the Norwich Sea Unicorns. We're having problems with production truck. We're going to stream it only on SNS Radio on YouTube. We're live on there now. Please just put a message on socials or whatnot, and then we'll just put the archive being back up onto the Futures League website. A lot of troubles with it on the back end. Trying to work it through with production truck. But yeah, it's just going to be on that YouTube for tonight. We'll get it figured out for the rest of the season. Thanks. We're just going to go YouTube only. We're going to figure it out.
I need to get out of somebody's way.
Thank you, Nancy.
Check.
And now, let's play ball.
You guys are on.
Hello and welcome to Dodd Stadium, the home of the defending Future League champions, Norwich Sea Unicorns. I'm Adam Plager, alongside Ryan Pellio. We're excited to bring you coverage of 2024 Future League action, the home opener for the Norwich Sea Unicorns. And Ryan, what a start it was for Norwich last night. Come from behind victory in the bullpen. 6 scoreless innings from them in the top of the order. They were quite productive.
That they were, and what a start to the season. Of course, the Sea Unicorns, your 2023 Futures League champ. They're looking to start this summer off strong with a 2-0 start that they can do as they face off against the Road Warriors.
Yeah, glad you're with us here today. From Dodd Stadium, celebrating 30 years of baseball here in Norwich. It's been a pretty busy week here at Dodd Stadium. The Eastern Connecticut Conference Championships wrapping up yesterday. This field was quite busy, but let me tell you, Ryan, it sure looks beautiful here. They have this thing freshly cut, everything nice, clean, and pristine. And how about the unveiling of the Futures League banner? Things really starting to feel real here. The home opener just moments away.
That it is, and we are so excited to be bringing you this broadcast from Dodd Stadium, SNSN, your exclusive coverage of the Norwich Unicorns.
Well, here's a look at how things unfolded for Norwich in the ball game last night. A big 3-run inning in the top of the first, but it was quickly erased on a 3-run home run from the New Britain Beast to tie that game 3-3. And the Norwich Unicorns quickly responding, back and forth battle, and finally in that 7th inning, Norwich takes the lead for good. But you have to give credit where credit is due, and that is to the bullpen. 6 scoreless innings. Teo Spadaccini, not the start maybe he would have liked, only going 3 innings, but the bullpen picks them up, and that's what it takes. If you want to be a championship caliber team, you're going to have to battle when things don't go your way, and they certainly did that. They stayed composed. They have the manager of the year right back once again. That is head coach Kevin Murphy, and this group looking poised to try and run this thing right back.
And yeah, you're right. You mentioned Kevin Murphy, last year's coach of the year. Important to note, we had a chance to talk to him not too long ago, and he mentioned same coach, totally different team. Something we say a lot with these kind of leagues is players change frequently by the year. So we're going to see if Murphy can take this team to a similar record as last year. The team went 39-22, and again winning that FCBL championship game. Beat Vermont 2-1 in the championship game. And again, same coach, totally different team. So this will be the first true sign in front of this home crowd here in Norwich. We can see what the Sea Unicorns are up to.
Well, here is how things worked out for the offense last night, and it was really led by Alex Irizarry as well as Nick Tomasetto. Both of them with 3 hits in the ball game. Nick Tomasetto, opening night to remember, 3 RBIs, 2 doubles for him, both going the opposite way into right field, going with the pitch, and he was a big reason why the offense was really able to come in a big way. 7 hitters recording at least a hit, 5 players offensively recording multi-hit nights. I saw them in the cage earlier today working on batting practice, and assistant coach Dombrowski was really talking to them about their plate discipline, really staying within themselves, and again, not trying to be a superhero out there at the plate, but again, understanding their approach. You don't have to put the ball over the wall to generate offense, but again, station to station, and again, staying compact, and there were some really nice swings in that ball game for them last night.
And you're right, in terms of Sea Unicorns batting, someone to keep an eye on this game is going to be Alex Irizarry. Last match, he had in 5 at-bats, 3 hits, 2 RBIs. No Sea Unicorn yet to hit a home run, but I'm being cut off here as it looks like the Sea Unicorns are taking the field to start this one. Top of the first here in Norwich. It is 6:30, and it's a beautiful day for some baseball.
The Norwich Sea Unicorns in their home white uniforms with the navy blue caps, the navy numbers with the gold outline, the gold numbers with the navy blue outline. Norwich at Dodd Stadium for the first time here this summer. A nice crowd coming out to Dodd Stadium enjoying the pregame concert. Here's a look at the Road Warriors. They make their debut into the Futures League. They were the Pittsfield Suns, I guess replacing them, if you will. Pittsfield not really eligible to have a team. They were forced to go on pause this season, so they really are the Warriors of the road. 34 games that they will play only on the road. They don't have a home stadium, but this is their first ever game in the Futures League, and this is how they'll line it up here today, as designed by their head coach, Brendan Morrissey. Leading off for them is the center fielder, Brett Baker, batting second, in right field, Ryan Strand. Batting third, the shortstop, Andrew Posse. Batting fourth, the first baseman, number 13, Joe Muzio. Batting fifth at second base, number 2, Nick Pappas. Batting sixth is their catcher, number 18, Tommy Goonan. Batting seventh is the third baseman, Francisco Tavares. Batting eighth in left field, Jack Finnegan. And batting ninth is their designated hitter, Anger Paulino. And on the bump for them, Owen McHugh. And for the Norwich Unicorns, they will hand the ball over to Justin Marks. He'll make his first appearance here this summer for the Norwich Unicorns. Justin Marks will wear 32 for head coach Kevin Murphy. As he toes the slab, and his first offering is in there for a first pitch strike. Underway, 6:35 local here from Dodd Stadium. Marks set, and the 0-1 offering. That one is tapped foul, first base side. And well ahead here, Justin Marks, 0-2. I don't think you could ask for a better start from him pitching-wise.
You could not. And Brett Baker, 5'11", 180, not exactly a big, strong frame here, 0-2 pitch.
That is slashed the opposite way. It's going to be a foul ball. There was Baker looking to slash it the opposite way, and it almost fell inside the fair side of the chalk line.
Yeah, it seems you fall 0-2 after 2 pitches. Brett Baker now just trying to stay alive here as we're going to get another 0-2 pitch.
Marks with the 0-2 pitch. The lefty with a big wave and a miss from Baker. He sets him down with the punch out, and there's one gone for the Road Warriors in the top of the first.
The right fielder, UMass Lowell, number 3, Ryan Strand.
So here comes the right fielder, Ryan Strand, the product of UMass Lowell. And the lefty Marks set, and he deals a heater just a little bit low and away for ball 1.
And it looks like Marks is wasting no time to show this crowd what he's made of over on the mound, his first opportunity this season.
There's a foul ball back in out of play. That'll become a souvenir for one of the fans here at Dodd Stadium, and Justin Marks has worked the count back even, 1-1. Justin Marks, a product of Eastern Connecticut State University, pumps in another strike. He's well ahead, 1-2, and that's really a big key. You just want to stay around the strike zone and allow this defense to make the plays behind you. The 1-2. There's a foul ball right back into the seats.
That was reeled in barehanded by a fan over in the right field spectator area. Wow, he got a round of applause for that. But yeah, Justin Marks, so his last season, his sophomore at Eastern Connecticut State, ERA of 6.86 in 8 appearances, 325 strikeouts.
There's another pitch lifted high into the air, right field side, out by the bullpen. There's some kids over there playing as well.
The kids make the scrum for it over behind the Sea Unicorns bullpen.
So the count will remain 1-2 to the right fielder, Ryan Strand.
And so back to the pitcher, Mark, 6'4" and 210.
Yeah, that's all
power
lefty.
right there. the big lefty.
Well, he started this game in grand fashion, starting it out with a strikeout against Brett Baker. A chance to do it again, 1-2 to Ryan Strand. Mark's ready, the 1-2 pitch. Fouled back to the screen again, and another foul ball. That's 4 straight foul balls in this set-bat.
And Strand, a rising sophomore out of UMass Lowell, 6'2", 185 pounds. See how the righty is faring against the lefty pitcher.
Mark's ready once again. Here comes the 1-2 delivery. A big wave and a miss. Back-to-back strikeouts. How do you do, Justin Marks? He has 2 outs in the top of the first.
The shortstop, UMass Dartmouth, number 21, Andrew Hussey.
Yeah, and a great start there for Marks. First 2 batters go down via strikeout, and now shortstop Andrew Posse up.
Marks misses up and away to Posse. Another righty bat in the order for the Road Warriors, their first ever game in the Futures League. Marks with the 1-0, pumped into the strike zone, right at the knees. It's 1-1, and again, that tall lefty coming straight down over the top. A big cut and a miss. He's well ahead at 1-2. Marks an opportunity to try and strike out the side in this home opener.
Yeah, and Posse was looking to go deep with that one. Big swing, kind of leaned into it there.
Oh, he leaned into another one, but comes up empty. Justin Marks with the clean top of the first. He strikes out the side. And we'll get to meet the Norwich Unicorn offense when we come back. You're listening to all of it right here on SN.
Merchandise store.
Welcome back to Dodd Stadium here in beautiful Norwich, Connecticut. Picture perfect day for baseball from Dodd Stadium. Had the tarps working earlier in this week on Thursday. Trying to make sure this field was clean and ready to go, and I think it came out just the way you would want it for this home opener for Norwich in the Futures League. Nice start for them last night, a 10-5 victory on the road against New Britain. And the first pitch of the ball game offensively over to third, and a nice play on the run defensively there by Francisco Tavares to retire Garrett Larson. And talk about efficiency, Owen McHugh, one pitch and one out.
Yeah, and they're on the mound for the Road Warriors. Number 9, Owen McHugh out of Williams College, 6 foot. Not a lot of stats about him from his school. And second now in the lineup for the Sea Unicorns, Alex Irizarry, the shortstop.
Oh, what a big night it was for Irizarry. 2 runs batted in, 2 runs scored, 3 hits for him. He's right back at shortstop here. Game 2 of the season, but game number 1 from Dodd Stadium. McHugh with the offering, and that is right back up the middle. It's a 1-out base hit. Alex Irizarry has hits in back-to-back games, and the Sea Unicorns have a 1-out base runner.
And there we were. We were just talking about him pregame. Looked to him to have a good one. Started off 1-hit single. That one go out towards right field. He's coming off again, like you mentioned, that last game, a 10-5 win against New Britain. That was their season opener where he had 3 hits and 2 RBIs.
So it'll bring up Ryan Grace, who had a little bit of a number change. He's wearing number 25. He and Christian Stratus switching jersey numbers. I guess you can do that kind of thing here in the Futures League.
And him in his last match, 5 at-bats, 2 hits and 1 RBI. That was against New Britain.
Grace skies out high into the center field sky and camping underneath it. And making the play for the second out of the inning there is the center fielder Brett Baker, and there's 2 gone.
Little batter, designated hitter, Nichols College number 8, Brennan Hyde.
So here comes the designated hitter, Brennan Hyde, one of the 5 Sea Unicorns last night who had a multi-hit ball game. One of the 4 who had 2 runs batted in. And the first pitch too high. The fastball misses upstairs over the letter line of the designated hitter, Brennan Hyde. This top of the order is so dangerous for Norwich. Looking to try and provide some cushion for Justin Marks at an incredible top of the first inning. Not quite an immaculate inning, but still an incredible one, striking out the side to start this ball game.
And now Hyde looking at a 2-0 count. Irizarry still on first, taking a big lead.
That pitch just missed inside. It is 3-0 to the righty, Brennan Hyde. And I don't know, I think you give him the red light here, force Owen McHugh to have to throw him a strike. The 3-0 pitch taken outside. It's ball 4. It's a 4-pitch walk to Brennan Hyde. And Norwich has runners at first and second with 2 away.
And you're right on cue. This is the last thing the Road Warriors want. You have 2 outs, and all of a sudden now you have a runner in scorer's position as number 3, Christian Stratus, will approach the plate, and he will take his stance.
So it's the righty third baseman, Christian Stratus. And the first pitch put in play, lofted back behind the second baseman. There's going to be no play there, and the green light will wave home the first run of the ball game. Coming in to score is Alex Irizarry, and Norwich takes a 1-0 lead, and running to second is Christian Stratus. So maybe the number change works in his benefit. It was over the head of the second baseman, Nick Pappas, who was ranging back into shallow right field and was unable to put it away, and Norwich strikes first.
And that's why you mentioned the Road Warriors not in the best position there. You got a runner on first and second. Irizarry able to make his way home, and just like that, thanks to the Stratus double, Hyde remains on third. So still the Road Warriors going to look to end this inning as fast as they can.
2 runners in scoring position here for Norwich. Runners here at second and third. Stratus at second, and Brennan Hyde stands at third. Norwich looking to add on here in the home half of the first. And the feeder misses inside to the second baseman Anthony Tirado. This is the 6th batter of the inning. Norwich last night sent 7 batters to the plate in the top of the first against New Britain. Here comes the 2-0 pitch, swung on and fouled back into the seats and maybe over our heads here.
almost in the parking lot, it seemed. And Tirado, the second baseman up, just wrapped up his freshman year at the University of Massachusetts, did not put any stats up, so he's here to put some work in, and that one looks like he made some contact.
Yeah, big cut there from Tirado, and this is what it's all about. They're trying to get at bats. This is a developmental league, and for some of these guys, they didn't get a chance to play a whole lot last season, and they get this opportunity to really feel comfortable. And again, try and get some more eyes, get on the radar. That's going to get away from the catcher, and coming in to score, Brennan Hyde, the throw, not in time. 2-0 Norwich on the pass ball. Owen McHugh's pitch got away from the catcher, Tommy Goonan, just far enough on the first baseline. I think if that's up the third baseline, you don't send that runner, and Norwich scratches across run number 2 in the first.
Yeah, that was one play to get the people at Dodd Stadium on their feet. They saw the action play. That pitch went over down, hit the back wall, and throw was made, but catcher just unable to make that play. That was Goonan unable to make contact. So now we have a 2-0 ball game.
And there is ball 4. Runners at the corners. Anthony Tirado draws a walk in. Some early difficulty here for Owen McHugh, who has lost the strike zone a little bit, and Norwich has had some timely hitting offensively. Here comes the number 7 batter to the plate. It's Owen Arias.
And Arias in that last game against New Britain, he only had 1 at-bat, did not record a hit, so he's looking for hit number 1 on the season. He's also entering his sophomore year at CCSU, that's Central Connecticut State. After year 1, did not put up any stats. Prior to college, played at Canterbury Prep over in New Milford.
Owen McHugh trying to work around some danger here in the Norwich offensive stand in the first. The throw down to second. That is not fielded cleanly, and coming in to score is Christian Stratus. 3-0 Norwich, and that's why you send the runner. It was a double steal all the way. Norwich takes advantage, some aggressiveness on the base pass. 3-0 for the host.
And this inning is very close to getting ugly right now. You, at one point, had 2 outs, 0 on the board, and now all of a sudden you've got a runner on second and 3 runs scored. 2-strike count, and that'll be make it a 1-2 count now. So McHugh looking to get away from this situation that the Road Warriors are in. And here's the 1-2.
Here comes the 1-2 to the catcher. Arias swung on. There's a dribbler over to short. It's going to be a tough play. And making the throw on the run there is the shortstop, Andrew Posse, to end the inning. But not before Norwich sends 7 batters to the plate. 3 runs come across to score. They do all of it with 2 outs in the inning. A couple of hits in the inning for Norwich as well. 3-0 Norwich headed to the second. Welcome back to Dodd Stadium. top of the second here in Norwich. You're listening to all of it right here on SNSN. All season long for the Norwich Sea Unicorns. Happy to be partnered with SNSN. Mike Minarski, the technical director. We have Tim Pearson as well as Sean Sass on the crew here tonight and all season long. So again, this is an excellent partnership with SNSN Radio, online streaming network, streaming news and sports. Back out is Justin Marks, and his first pitch just misses outside to the lefty, Joe Muzio.
And Marks off to a great start. That first inning, 3 strikeouts, so
this one's going to be put in play off the glove of Marks on the run. That throw's going to get away from the first baseman. And remaining at first is Muzio. It was a tough spot there for Ryan Grace, the first baseman for Norwich. It was a comebacker right off the glove of Justin Marks, who's playing a little bit of self-defense, trying to protect that face of his. So that will end the strikeout streak, which was a pretty good one.
Guess I spoke too soon there on talking about the great play, although that is only one play, and we've got a heck of a lot of baseball still left to play.
I think that will be scored as an infield hit for Muzio. It was rocketed off the bat there of the UMass Dartmouth product. And that is a quick reaction time for the lefty Marks to try and respond to it. There's a bouncer to second, a potential double play in the works. And doing it all himself, there is Anthony Tirado. Fielded it, picked his eyes up right away, and just was able to apply that tag and make the throw to Ryan Grace. So with one pitch comes 2 outs in effective work here. Only 2 pitches in the inning for Justin Marks. And you talked about that cadence, Ryan. He's really forcing this Road Warrior team to have to be ready every pitch in the box.
That's true, and great effort there by Tirado to make that play, able to tag the runner in the path and get the throw over to the first baseman.
So it's the catcher, Tommy Goonan. Marks' first offering misses downstairs, and a nice block by Owen Arias to keep that in front of him. That's so important. I know nobody on base, but again, all these players trying to build these good habits. They're playing for playing time, not just this summer, but to make a statement to some of these schools that they're going to. You talked about not a lot of stats at some of these schools. They want to say, hey, I'm ready to play. I got my swings in, got my innings in here with Norwich or whatever team they're playing with in the Futures League, and just bring that confidence with them.
Put me in, coach. I'm ready to play.
And that one's far and right outside. And yeah, as you mentioned, talking about the Futures League, it is interesting to see the different level of NCAA and even some JUCO and NAIA players here who are playing. And
how about that, Justin Marks?
Right mid-sentence, there it is. The inning is over. Justin Marks, another strikeout.
The 4th punch out of the ball game for Justin Marks. So induces the double play ball. Then with the punch out, he's seen the minimum through 1.5 innings. You're listening to all of it right here on SN.
Maybe.
They were very proud.
Norwich ready to go here in the second inning. Well, why don't we pose the question that Eddie asked the crowd here at Dodd Stadium. What ESPN miniseries was filmed right here at Dodd Stadium in 2006? You can send your answers in the chat here on the SNSN YouTube or write to GoSeeUnicorns.com what you think the answer is to what
ESPN miniseries was filmed here in 2006. The history just continues to just drip here at Dodd Stadium. Baseball players like Mookie Betts have played right here on this very soil. Alfonso Soriano played here. This ballpark has lots of history. I'm still catching up on all of it myself, but again, this is a pretty special ballpark for all these college kids to come here, play it over the summer. You can make some special memories at Dodd Stadium.
It is, and it's so great, too, to see that a lot of teams in the Eastern Connecticut Conference, the high school conference that plays in this area, are having games, not just tournament games, too, but you're seeing regular season games. I'm aware, Adam, you were actually a member of the broadcast of the ECC Championship games, I believe, both Divisions 1 and 2.
Yeah, I was here. I wasn't calling those games at the ballpark. It's calling some of the Griswold games right here on SNSN, but again, to be around all that high school baseball, it means a lot to those kids, as that one is lifted high into the left center field gap, and ranging out to make the play out there is the center fielder, Brett Baker, to retire the leadoff hitter, James Marsden. But yeah, such a special spot to be for all of these kids. That game at Woodstock, the first championship game of the day, Woodstock was trailing 6-0 in that ball game, Ryan, and they come back all the way to win that game 8-7. That was pretty incredible for the Division I scene of the high school baseball circuit here in Eastern Connecticut.
So shout out to them, and shout out to, I believe, Stonington, who also won the Division II.
A nail batter, 3-2, a much more defensive game.
Extra innings.
Yeah, that indeed it was.
So now up at bat, number 24, Antonio Ducatelli, the left fielder.
Ducatelli, a hot liner right over to third and able to play it on a hop successfully. There was Francisco Tavares to retire the second out of the inning, but don't be fooled. This very spot in the first is where Norwich did all their damage offensively, striking for 3 runs with 2 outs in the inning. We'll turn here to the top of the order and Garrett Larson.
And that first at-bat was a ground out.
Right over to a familiar spot over at third for Tavares, who had to deal with it.
And Larson, a rising sophomore over at Yale University. That first season, he posted a .255 average as foul over to the left. .324 slugging percentage. He played 41 games, stole 11 bases. So someone who might be one to look out for if he's able to get on that base, has a .330 on base percentage. We're going to see what Larson can do here with the 1-1.
Now 1-1, plunks him. So Garrett Larson is aboard. He'll go to first as Alex Irizarry, who has now 4 hits already on the season in less than 2 games to play. He's swinging the bat well, and this part of the order has been so potent early in the season for Norwich. This is not the spot of the lineup you want to play any games with.
No, it is not. And Irizarry is someone who is so good at getting the crowd off their feet, and as he crushes one right field.
Wired into right. It's a 2-for-2 start for Alex Irizarry. He keeps things rolling, and there's runners at the corners. And again, what was just an innocent hit batsman, that at that prior, you get this middle of the order going. It's a dangerous recipe.
And to the viewers who saw, just as that pitch was tossed, Garrett Larson did make the jump, and that helped propel him to land on third. So a man who liked to steal bases over at Yale, he's going to continue doing that here in Norwich.
There it is. Grace lifts it into medium center field, ranging back to make the play. Out there is the center fielder, Brett Baker, and that's how the inning will end. Norwich threatens in the inning, a hit batter, and a single from Alex Irizarry. But that is all that would happen for Norwich through 2 innings here. 3-0 Norwich. You're listening to all of it on SNSN. Top of the third here from Norwich, 3-0 for the Sea Unicorns. 3 runs for Norwich in the home half of the first. They threatened there in the second. And really it's been a story for Alex Irizarry to start his future league season. He's 4 for 8 now in the Futures League, and the first pitch in the top of the third lifted into left field, and camping underneath it to make the first out of the inning is Anthony Ducatelli. And how about that communication between the outfielders? He immediately takes command of it early in the season. None of these guys really any practice time before things really ramped up this week. They don't all play on the same college team, and that is why little details like that really can add up and play clean baseball.
Yeah, and you're right. Chemistry is such an important thing in a league where you really don't have a lot of time to get to know each other, and you really only have a few months to sort of muster up that sort of team bond that is what wins championships, as the Sea Unicorns are accustomed to doing now. 1-1 count here
to Jack
Finnegan, the left fielder.
Finnegan, a bit of a utility player, listed as other on our roster sheets, but has the ability to play around the diamond. That's what they're using that other category from. I personally would prefer utility player
rather than other. 5'8" and 173. So short frame, but bit of meat on him, and if he's in a utility and he's in a he's in a left field. We'll see his swinging ability here. 2-2.
The 2-2 upstairs, and the count has run full to Jack Finnegan, the product of St. Lawrence University, a rising sophomore, product native of Milton, Massachusetts. A number of players from Milton, Massachusetts, and there is a strikeout. Justin Marks, his 5th strikeout of the ball game. And talking about Milton, Massachusetts, the head coach Brendan Morrissey actually coached Milton Prep baseball in Massachusetts over there in Milton, so very familiar with those players in the area, and trying to throw together a team for this Futures League team in short order. You got to go with what you know about, but I think that helps you as a manager. You really know the players you're working with. You have some of that chemistry already, and maybe it makes it a little bit easier for some of these players to really fit right in for them.
You're right, couldn't have said it better myself. And now, 9th spot in the lineup for the Road Warriors is Enger Paulino, the DH, as that hit goes way back over the back of the press booth. Might have gone into the parking lot. 1-1 count now. Paulino, 6'3", rising sophomore from Assumption.
Another Mass kid, too. Dudley, Massachusetts. We get a count of all the players from the Massachusetts area for this Road Warriors team, but a very New England-based team in this Futures League. And a question I'm still trying to get an answer to is where this team practices. Obviously, they only play road games, 34 of them, but potentially maybe in the Massachusetts area. Obviously, their coach Brendan Morrissey very familiar with that Milton area. So again, trying to play a condensed season, no home ballpark.
Yeah, that is something.
Big cut and a miss. Justin Marks, a pair of punch-outs in the inning. We'll get right to your point, Ryan, when we come to the bottom of the 3rd inning. But Justin Marks is dealing right now, folks. He's got 6 strikeouts in the ball game. Norwich taking a 3-0 lead to the home half of the 3rd. You're listening to all of it right here on SNSN.
And we welcome our season ticket holders. Welcome to our host families. Welcome U.S. Foods. Welcome the Stonington Little League. Welcome the Ledyard Little League.
We'll keep building our chemistry.
No, you're good. Was that was 6 strikeouts?
6, yeah.
Damn.
Welcome M-Style. Welcome our pregame entertainment. Brenda. Birthdays today. Happy birthday, Rob Snell. Happy birthday, Zephyr McKenzie.
Did they shout out us?
Happy birthday, Joey Spinetti.
I don't know.
Happy birthday, Ryan.
It's not my birthday.
Happy 11th birthday, Dominic Delaplata.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Also, if you do say it, my last name is pronounced Palillo. Palillo, yeah, it's like a hard L.
Hold on, I gotta try and return this call really quick.
You're good.
I'm just telling him to post it on the Futures League website that we're on SNSN.
Birthday to Megan Jackson.
because he was asking like where it is for the fans. No, the Futures League director. I'm just gonna tell him in this voicemail. Just we wanna. I'm ready. Welcome back to Dodd Stadium. Brennan Hyde to lead it off for the Sea Unicorns in the bottom of the third as they take a 3-0 lead. Justin Marks continuing to deal. And Ryan, let's get right back to the point you were making.
So yeah, something interesting to keep in mind about these Road Warriors, you'll notice that they actually do not have a home city. Their official title is the Futures League Road Warriors. The question arises, where does this team practice? Well, I heard a possible, through the grapevine that they practice and focus their point in Worcester, Massachusetts, as there is Brennan Hyde called out at first after the grounder that was, I believe, the third baseman, Tavares, making the throw as it seemed to roll past Posse, the shortstop. So 1 out. But yeah, the Road Warriors, they are in fact homeless, and I guess the nickname, they took the gimmick to heart, making it their official mascot, the Road Warrior, as again they do not have a home field advantage ever.
It's like a coach bus.
It is, and you have to wonder though, what does it take for a team that has no home field, no home fans, to garner that sort of support and keep the motivation and energy to win a championship. So that's sort of an extra challenge that they have to think about, especially coming into a place like Dodd Stadium that has such passionate fans, especially in the city of Norwich. The people here, they do care. It doesn't matter what team is playing in this stadium, whether it's the Connecticut Tigers, the Defenders, the Sea Unicorns, they will show out and they will show their support.
Well, this is Christian Stratus. He had an RBI single into right field. His first plate appearance in an inning where Norwich struck for 3 runs. And the pitch to Stratus, cut on and miss. A little bit of an awkward swing there for the righty Stratus. A nice spot there for Owen McHugh. A little out in front of it.
And you wonder, this early in the season, a lot of swings that may look at unnecessary, and that one's going to go into right field. A blooper caught by Strand. That'll be out number 2. So yeah, I think in the earlier parts of the season, especially in a league like this, you're going to see a lot more swinging than you will see discipline over at home plate. At least that's what we've been seeing here tonight. And if you look to last night's game for the Sea Unicorns, but now up to bat, number 29, it's Anthony Tirado.
Tirado drew a walk. His first plate appearance. And we'll watch one sail low and away right into the right-handed batter's box. It's a righty-lefty matchup against Anthony Tirado. Going to try and get something going with 2 outs. Norwich has done it all game long, only in the 3rd inning, but this is where they have created some danger and some cause for concern for Owen McHugh on the mound, and there's an excuse me swing from Tirado. It's called strike 2. A chance here for Owen McHugh to work a scoreless 3rd inning. Here comes the 1-2. This is inside, and the count is run even. This is a big spot for McHugh to keep Norwich off the scoreboard and really feel like they're within arm's reach.
This is, and McHugh struggled a lot in that 1st inning, but now looks like he's making up for it here, and that will end the bottom of the 3rd right there. So McHugh went down early, but he's going to try and make up for it, and that's what he's been doing.
Yeah, he gets a punch out to end that inning. It's his first strikeout of the ball game, and some help there from his catcher, Tommy Goonan, to end the inning with the punch out. It's a 1-2-3 third for Norwich. Headed to the 4th here on SNSN.
Thanks for playing, Seth.
This one's moving along.
go to the webcam right there.
And here we are, top of the fourth. Quick 1-0 count now, as it seems Mark's still out there on the mound, and we are at the top of the order for the Road Warriors as Brett Baker, the righty, takes home plate. 2-0 count now.
Justin Marks, what a start to this ball game. He had 3 straight strikeouts. Second time around, though, against this Road Warrior lineup. This is going to fall into the seats, and a fan almost made a play on it. There it goes tumbling down the stairs. There's the mad race, all the youngsters in the house here tonight. We saw the Little League teams here as well. A nice showing here for this home opener. Again, just trying to get as many fans in the stands. That pregame concert as well. We'll have postgame fireworks here tonight. The count is now 2-1. On the leadoff center fielder, Brett Baker, who's been quite busy in center field and has made a number of outs defensively. The 2-1 pitch is sliced foul and out of play. That's over the Road Warrior bullpen. The Norwich Unicorns in the first base dugout here. The Road Warriors on the third base side. Most ballparks you normally see the home team on the third base side, a little different here. Mark's working with the 2-2 count. There's a big swing and a miss as Brett Baker set down on another strikeout. It's the 7th punch out of the ball game for Justin Marks, who's had a start to really remember here. 3 1/3 innings, 7 strikeouts. A real fine start for the youngster.
Yeah, and Baker now struck out in both of his at-bats to start this one. So the Road Warriors, remember, this is their first game, although it is not the Sea Unicorns' first matchup. So we're going to see that first game jitters there from the batters, and 1-0 count now to start as Ryan Strand, the right fielder, up to bat.
That one is topped foul on the third base side. Talk about being so new. Here's something new. Trying to get the rosters ready on game day. 90% of the team was still number 0. We were still trying to sort out what players some of these members of the Road Warriors were wearing. We finally got that all taken care of maybe an hour before first pitch here today. So that was a mad scramble for the press box area to make sure we had all the names and numbers correct for the Road Warriors. But I think that's what comes with the early season type of thing, especially in this league. Players coming in and out, and then players on the roster that aren't actually at this ball game. They're on the active roster, but not here in person. So a lot of interesting things being thrown our way. And you have to wonder, too, since this is a team that doesn't have a home site, they're only playing road games. Are they all traveling on that bus together, or how that is working out? There's a tough play. That is going to be a throw late over there for Anthony Tirado
there that's going to go down as an error for him. He seemingly just dropped it right out of his glove, and then I believe it went back through his legs and behind him, and not to mention the throw over to Grace, just unable to connect, and the E4 flashing on the scoreboard. So an unfortunate turn of events. This should have been a routine play, really, but again, first home matchup, still early in the season. Work the kinks out now as 1 out, and the Road Warriors are runner on first.
So Mark's working from the stretch. The first offering misses upstairs on the shortstop, Andrew Passy, who struck out in his first plate appearance. And the point I was trying to make is, if they aren't all commuting as a team because they have no home site, where for the Sea Unicorns, when they're going on the road, everyone comes to the ballpark. That's their home base. Pack up the van, pack up the bus, I should say. They head over to New Britain or whatever ballpark they're playing at. For these guys, is it based on where they're located, and then their coach is going, okay, I know these players are going to be able to have a closer commute. This is the roster I'm bringing with me to this game. So then when you get the rosters here in the press box, it's not going to be everyone that's on their full roster. It's a condensed version of that. A lot of interesting things going on for the Road Warriors. The count is 2-1, and it will move to 3-1 to the shortstop, Posse. A little bit of command issues creeping in for Justin Marks, who has been dialed in here in this ball game. Behind 3-1 in the count to the righty, Posse, and a chance for the pickle, and that is going to be a stolen bag for Ryan Strand. And the lefty Marks had him in a run down there, but the throw just a little bit tardy to second base.
Yeah, looks like Strand just caught Irizarry and Tirado kind of snoozing a little bit over there. They're kind of both playing way off the mound. I mean, I think everyone's kind of focused in on Posse and what's going on at home. So maybe that'll hopefully wake up the Sea Unicorns defense here.
There's a pitch up and in on the hands there of Andrew Posse. Justin Marks still looking to put him away.
Slipped right through a fan's mitt. He brought the mitt and still couldn't make the grab. You heard the collective sigh from the Sea Unicorns fans.
The count has remained full. Another payoff pitch on its way. The 3-2 right back to the screen. And we'll do it again. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Posse really battling here in this plate appearance. And this is something that the Road Warriors are looking to do. They're trying to get to the starter, Justin Marks, who's been in control early on in this ball game. The first runner in scoring position for the Road Warriors, and the 3-2 pitch is lined over towards short, and able to make the play is Tirado, and there is out number 2. Excuse me, Irizarry.
Yeah, so there they go. They make up for that stolen base by getting an easy routine play there. And we'll go down now the batting line. Joe Muzio, the first baseman, up to bat. Rising senior out of UMass Dartmouth, a Rockport, Mass native. Batting left, throws right, 6 feet tall and 210.
So Mark's looking to work around the 2-out base runner that is over there at second base. As you said, Ryan Strand. Joe Muzio had an infield hit. I believe it was ruled as a hit. That comebacker off the glove of Justin Marks. That was the first base runner of the ball game for the Road Warriors, and that one is cranked foul down the left field side. Another souvenir here tonight at Dodd Stadium.
Yeah, and Marks on the mound. He's doing a good job at kind of forcing batters to make poor contact. We've seen a lot of foul balls. But again, Marks having a real good night. I mean, that's understating. 7 strikeouts so far. And he is moving right along.
2-1 the count to the lefty batter, Joe Muzio. And that one again cranked foul, same spot. And he's a little behind on some of these heaters from Justin Marks. And he's got the count even, 2-2 against the cleanup hitter, Joe Muzio, who is a product of UMass Dartmouth out of Rockport, Massachusetts. And Marks about ready to rock and deal. The 2-2, that's behind the batter, Muzio, and advancing to third on the wild pitch is Strand. He's 90 feet away. This is the closest base runner the Road Warriors have come to scoring. They're threatening here with 2 outs and 2 strikes to the batter, Muzio. And I think that one just slipped out of the hand there of Justin Marks, who has the count full, 3-2. Oh, there's a little motion from Strand, and that is chopped foul. First base side, and a little distraction there from Strand trying to get into the eye line there of the starter, Justin Marks. Again, you can see that as a lefty pitcher who's working in the full windup here with that runner on third. The 3-2 pitch is lifted over towards second, and a diving catch there by the second baseman, Anthony Tirado, to end the inning. A nice little web gem. And Norwich able to strand the 2-out base runner at third base. They will preserve the 3-0 lead headed to the bottom of the 4th. You're listening to coverage of Sea Unicorn Future League Baseball on SNSN.
Sea Unicorns box office.
Tirado?
Special ticket pricing for all first responders available at the Sea Unicorns box office. So help us recognize our first responders. That's on Friday, July the 12th.
Who's on the? Is it still the same on the mound? All right, here, hold on.
So the catcher, Owen Arias, will lead it off for Norwich after Anthony Tirado with a nice defensive play over there at second base to help Justin Marks work 4 scoreless innings to start this ball game. And the first pitch from McHugh is lifted high into shallow right field, and calling off the second baseman there is the right fielder Strand. And there's the first out of the inning for Norwich.
Yeah, and Strand made a pretty deep run there from right field. I think he saw Muzio struggling to find it over from that first base position. He's able to make that fly-out catch over in right field, and it'll be out number 1.
So it'll bring up the lefty batter, James Marsden. He flew out to left field in his first plate appearance. Marsden making his first appearance in the Futures League here this summer. Marsden, a utility player, product of Wesleyan College. And that one is swung on first base side. Oh, a nice play there to stab at it from Muzio, and a nice underhand flip to his pitcher McHugh covering for him. And 2 quick outs in the inning for McHugh, starting to settle into this ball game and find a nice little rhythm.
And yeah, McHugh really finding his rhythm now. Was unfortunate in the bottom of that first where they let up 3 runs, and really overall just an ugly inning. I think that hopefully for the Road Warriors, that is not the deciding factor, and it's looking more balanced as the game progresses. But we're going to see if that first inning plays a role in deciding the outcome of this match.
And it also really helps your pitcher have some confidence. Working with the lead out there on the mound allows you to really feel a little bit more loose and free. And Justin Marks has taken full advantage of that. Ducatelli watches strike 2 cross the outside corner. And Owen McHugh a chance to work 3 consecutive scoreless frames. 0-2 to Ducatelli, and it misses inside. That almost clipped him, and we saw a hit batsman earlier in this ball game, and it led to all sorts of trouble for the Road Warriors, as it was Garrett Larson who was plunked by a pitch in his second plate appearance. The count is 1-2 to Ducatelli. Slashed foul back to the screen, and we'll do it again. Both pitchers in this ball game working with quite a quick cadence. There's no pitch timer here, but if there was one, I don't think it'd be much of a factor.
No, I agree with you. I mean, we've seen this year, particularly in the NCAA, the pitch timer, in the MLB, I should say, the pitch timer now starting to become more of a regular thing in baseball, certainly speeding up the pace of games. Games are kind of going from social events to, you used to sit down for midweek baseball and you'd expect a 3.5 hour expedition. Some of those games are cutting down now to around 2.5. As
there is a fair ball down the left field line. Extra bases on the way for Ducatelli. He'll slide in safely to second. That's a ringing double for Ducatelli. Slashed down the left field line. Just landed inside the chalk line down there. And it sent the left fielder a long, long way. Jack Finnegan finally tracked it down, but not before Ducatelli with a nice 2-out plate approach with 2 strikes. He was behind in the count, 1-2 as well, and put a good swing on it. These players using the wood bats. It's a wood bat league. You'll use the aluminum bats during the college season. And this will turn over the batting order for Garrett Larson, who's looking for his first hit of the ball game. Back to the mound, and McHugh will take care of it. So Norwich threatens again with a 2-out double from Anthony Ducatelli, but that is how the inning will end. Norwich takes a 3-0 lead to the 5th. You're listening to all of it on SNSN. What camera is he on? How are the cameras looking? Good? Yeah, it's real good.
Is he guessing the song right now? Yeah. Oh. Huh. Nice. The what? Marks still at 7 strikeouts.
So it's the second baseman for the Road Warriors who will lead it off. That is Nick Pappas. And the first pitch from Justin Marks bounces in the dirt. And the offering misses. It was called a strike, a borderline pitch. Just clipped the outside corner. The outer black. Marks back into the count. 1-1 to the righty second baseman, and there is ball 2. Just missed low and away.
And that one, Marks really favoring that bottom right corner of the strike zone. I think he's trying to get Pappas to reach. 2-1. Contact is made. It looks like a catch was made at the top over at the suites. Wow. We saw a little point of suspense there from the fans and someone up in the suite box in the booth.
Pitch is lifted first base side, and making the play over there is the first baseman, Ryan Grace. And I don't know, for some reason, the 2 on the jersey looked like an 8. You'll get a look at this here, Ryan, as you see him go back into the dugout. That did not look like a 2. That
I will mention
was supposed to be Nick Pappas.
Nick Pappas, and it was announced by the public address announcer as Nick Pappas. There could be an odd font with the Road Warriors. As next up, Tommy Goonan is wearing number 18 as listed. The catcher out of Bentley.
Well, if it was number 8 for the Road Warriors, that would have been Matt Higgins, who's a pitcher, and that's not right. So I would believe that is number 2. That is Nick Pappas, and they would announce a pinch hitter if that was the case. So I'll get used to the font here. It's a funky little font here for the Road Warriors, and Justin Marks 1-2 to the batter. Tommy Goonan, the catcher, he was a strikeout victim in his first plate appearance, as were 6 others of his teammates. Marks a chance to do it again on 1-2. Upstairs, ball 2. And the count is even, but Justin Marks has done a brilliant job of staying ahead of batters, and it's been favorable to him. You have more options as a pitcher when you get ahead of batters. Ooh, nice framework there by Owen Arias, but doesn't get the strike 3 call. So from 1-2, it's 3-2 to the catcher for the Road Warriors, Tommy Goonan. The full count pitch is taken for ball 4. Borderline pitch, just missed the strike zone, and there's a 1-out walk.
And talking back to the branding of the Road Warriors, some chatter today in the press booth prior to the game about a missed opportunity potentially to make a call to those professional wrestling fans, the Road Warriors faction. The colorways of the Road Warriors, they were black and purple. Missed a chance on the red and black, maybe some spiked shoulder pads.
That's all right. There's a red helmet there in the on deck circle there for Jack Finnegan. So we await the pitch over to third. It was sliced over to third, and then it bounces over to short. It hit off the glove there of Stratus, and then rolled its way over to Irizarry. So another error in this ball game, the second committed by the Norwich defense. Norwich get to play a completely clean ball game, and here comes head coach Kevin Murphy. He's going to walk his way out to the mound. We're going to see if there's a pitching change. There was some movement in the Sea Unicorn bullpen. See if they're going to elect to make a move here. Coach Murphy and the entire infield for the Sea Unicorns have come out to the mound. A couple of base runners here, some traffic ducks on the pond, if you will, for the Road Warriors. It looks like Coach Kevin Murphy's going to come back by himself, so Marks is going to be given an opportunity here to work out of the jam. as it will bring up Jack Finnegan to the plate as Francisco Tavares will reach on the E5.
Yeah, maybe coach is going to give a little word of encouragement, maybe slow it down. We've seen already, I believe that'll be 2 errors now for the Sea Unicorns here through 4. So got to stay out of your own heads as with 1 out, Road Warriors got 2 runners on bases.
Hardy caught there from Finnegan, who almost was trying to swing out of his cleats there. He was trying to do the damage with 1 swing of the bat. The Norwich defense playing straight up, a little bit of shading there from the second baseman. That is Tirado, who's trying to keep the lead runner close. That's Tommy Goonan, the catcher for the Road Warriors. The runner at first is Francisco Tavares, who reached on the air by the third baseman, Christian Stratus. The most traffic on the base pass in this ball game for the Road Warriors. Their best opportunity here. And there is ball 1. Marks, again, has done a tremendous job of staying ahead of these Road Warrior batters. Just 1 out of the inning. That came off the bat of Nick Pappas, who popped out to the first baseman, Ryan Grace. That is through the hole between first and second. There's the green light. That is going to wave home the first run of the ball game. Goonan will come in to score. There's runners at the corners. It's an RBI base hit for Jack Finnegan. The Road Warriors have their first run of the ball game, their first run in Future League history. It's 3-1.
And again, you saw a little bit of a mix-up over there in right field. James Marsden tried to come up with the ball as it grounded over to him and took him a little bit longer. I'm not sure if that truly affected the outcome of that play. Could have potentially seen Finnegan go for second had he not, fully committed to stepping through first. But some of these mishaps in the field could catch up to the Sea Unicorns, as now their lead is cut down to only 2.
Runners at the corners. The Road Warriors still threatening here in this ball game. A big cut and a miss there from the designated hitter, Anger Paulino. Mark set, and the 0-1 pitch. The throw down to second is not in time. Just a little bit tardy there. It's a stolen bag for Jack Finnegan. A pair of runners in scoring position for the Sea Unicorns. Tavares stands at third, Finnegan at second. A golden opportunity here for the Road Warriors to come all the way back to tie. Marks well ahead of the batter Paulino. The 0-2 offering taken for ball 1. Oh, he was just squeezed on the inside corner.
And a 1-2 count now. Runners on second and third. So yes, like you said, the Road Warriors only 1 play away from taking this lead.
Here comes the 1-2 pitch. It's ruled a ball. Oh, excuse me, it's strike 3. So Justin Marks, there's a little bit of a delayed strike 3 call. It's the 8th strikeout of the ball game for the starter, Justin Marks, and a chance to get out of it here with some minimized damage.
Yeah, and there's Marks continuing his great night. Strikeout number 8.
And looking there, that's a punch out looking. Just was able to get his off-speed pitch to break into the strike zone, but you can do that with the count 1-2 the way it was. Falls behind here the leadoff batter, Brett Baker, who has struck out in his first 2 plate appearances. And there is ball 2.
So you have some lefty on lefty action we're seeing here. Baker still looking for the first hit. Still looking to not get struck out. Maybe even get on base would be good for his mental psyche here as the 2-0 called strike 2-1 now. So 2 outs, runners in scoring position. This is a big moment for the Road Warriors if they want a chance to get back into this one after an ugly first inning.
The count is 2-1 to the UMass Dartmouth outfielder Brett Baker, and it's now 3-1. The pitch just missed inside of the lefty. Brett Baker stands in 5'11", 180, native of Chelmsford, Massachusetts. The lefty-lefty matchup, the 3-1 pitch swung on, and it's lifted foul and out of play. And the count is run full, and the door is cracked open here for Marks to work out of it here.
And Finnegan over on second base, he is looking to run his shoes off right now. He took off on that one, made his way 3/4 down the baseline before even slowing
The
down.
runners are going to be in motion here on the 3-2 pitch. It's bounced over to second. Tirada will take control of that, and that's how the inning will end. So Marks works around the damage there. He minimizes it, just 1 run in the inning for the Road Warriors. They have trimmed the Sea Unicorn lead to 2. It is 3-1 Sea Unicorns headed to the bottom of the 5th. You're listening to coverage of Future League Baseball home opener action on SNSN.
Into the first base.
Yeah.
Welcome back to Dodd Stadium. Adam Player alongside Ryan
Palillo, you almost got it.
I almost had it too, but yes.
It's an old Italian name. I don't blame you.
First game together here in the booth. Been a lot of fun, though. The Sea Unicorns off to a nice start here in this ball game. 3-1 lead for the host on their home opener here. The defending Future League champions. McHugh's offering. That one's wired to the first baseman. And a nice play over there by Muzio to retire the leadoff hitter. And there's the first out of the inning for Norwich in the 5th. This game is rolling right along, Ryan.
It is. We're already here at the bottom of the 5th. This one up 3-1. It sounds like we've had a changeover at the public address announcer. I don't know if the guy got a few years younger or maybe they subbed a kid in, but I like the effort and I like the sound. So following Irizarry, Ryan Grace up first base. I believe he is still looking for his first hit of this one.
He's skied out to the center fielder, Brett Baker, and both of his plate appearances, a couple of flyouts for the first baseman, Ryan Grace.
And Grace, a guy out of Colby.
Really good nest catch.
He was a workhorse this past year in college, 168 at-bats, a 304 average. Homered 5 times and got on base over 40% of the time.
Yeah, this is a conference, a team that head coach Kevin Murphy is very familiar with. He is a coach over at Amherst College, another NESCAC. Very good academic schools. They take a lot of pride in what they're doing in the classroom as well. So credit there to Ryan Grace. Again, takes a lot of, time management, those things. But again, a lot of kids want to play at the NESCAC level. It's the small Ivy League schools. So, again, nice to see some NESCAC kids here playing in the Futures League.
Yeah, you got to give him his flowers. In last game, he played in that 10-5 win against New Britain in 5 at-bats. He had 2 hits and an RBI.
Yeah, he was a catalyst for this offense for Norwich last night, especially in both the first inning and the 9th inning. He really bookended his ball game quite nicely, and those were some nice add-on runs for Norwich in that ball game. And the pitch to Grace, that one is smashed into right field. And Ryan Grace has his first hit of the ball game. You said he was looking for it. He hunts his first hit of the ball game. He's got hits in back-to-back nights.
Yeah, and that's really just exactly how you want to draw up a sort of hit like that. The lefty hits it right over into right field, just in front of the right fielder. He's able to get a first. Sorry, to get a single on that hit. 1 out, and now Norwich going to try and extend this lead while they can. The Road Warriors looked scary for the Sea Unicorns in the top of the 5th, but the Sea Unicorns were able to escape, only allowing 1 run.
And a strong performance continuing for Justin Marks on the mound. We Saw him work out of his first jam here tonight. Showed some character. Was able to battle out there in the top of the fifth. Looking for his offense to try and help add on some runs. There's a fly ball out into right field, and putting it away out there is Strand, the right fielder for the Road Warriors, and there's the second out of the inning.
The third baseman, Christian.
And now coming up, number 3, Christian Stratus, a man who had a number change, I believe, between the last few days. And, you mentioned something that can happen in a league like this. Better to do it early on in the season to keep the records clean. Stratus, the 5'11" righty from UAB, up to bat.
There's the first pitch strike dotted on the outside corner to, as you said it, Christian Strand. Turned over his number 25 uniform to Ryan Grace, who stands at first base now. It's a little bit of flip-flopping going on in the Sea Unicorn clubhouse, but they have the numbers they like and the uniforms they like. They tend to run a little bit bigger, and there's a fielder's choice ground out over to the shortstop, Posse, who goes the short way to end the inning. One hit in the inning for Norwich, but they will strand the runner Ryan Grace over at first base. We are headed to the 6th at Dodd Stadium. 3-1 Sea Unicorns on SNSN. There's a new pitcher in the ball game for the Norwich Sea Unicorns. They'll turn the ball over to right-hander Colton Vassar, the rising senior out of Westfield State University and the pride of Colchester, Connecticut, will come into the ball game. So Justin Marks, the left-handed starter, in line for the win. He was brilliant. 8 strikeouts in the ball game, allowing just the 1 run over 5 innings of work for Justin Marks. A pretty remarkable start for the starter here tonight. He's got to be pleased with that effort. And a really different storyline from game 1 to game 2 is really the bullpen. Norwich is going to need their bullpen once again to stay strong, but that's the kind of start you're looking for here this summer.
Yeah, and Marks, what a way to put Norwich out in front in this one. And Vassar, a guy, Colchester native, a Bacon Academy alum, so he almost certainly has experience playing here on this field. Chances are he grew up coming to games here at Dodd Stadium. His 2024 stats at Westfield State had an ERA of 3.49 through 41 strikeouts and pitched 56 innings. So this guy is not inexperienced in the slightest when it comes to being out there on the mound, the rising senior, that is. And now, after that pitch, a 1-1 count.
One is 1-1 to the leadoff hitter in the inning. That is Joe Muzio, the first baseman for the Road Warriors. Excuse me. I believe that's Muzio, right? That is Muzio at the plate. I had to double check to make sure I
Yeah, 13.
The numbers right.
Muzio, the first baseman.
Yep. Knocked in. Infield hit his first prior plate appearance of the ball game, but it's 3-1. Vassar offering is foul back to the screen. It's 3-2. Vassar making his first appearance of the summer. It was some nice work, though, by the Sea Unicorn bullpen last night. 6 scoreless innings to really set the stage for the Sea Unicorns in the season opener at New Britain. Lofted into shallow center field, but making the play out there is the right fielder. Taking charge was
James Marsden.
Yep.
Able to make that play. And correction there, I believe he's wearing number 3 again. These Road Warrior fonts so difficult to see. So that was Ryan Strand, the right fielder. But good job there from in right field. That's Marsden. Looked like almost a communication error was soon to be. We saw Marsden, Larson, and Torado all sort of look up to the sky, running in all sorts of different directions. Usually a coach's nightmare, but now to bat, number 21 will be the shortstop, Andrew Posse.
We finally got everything corrected. Ooh, that hit the batter, the shortstop, Andrew Posse. So he will take first base. It's a 1-out base runner for the Road Warriors. So they look to try and battle back in this ball game against Colton Vassar in the Sea Unicorn bullpen.
And now we're going to get Muzio up, the UMass Dartmouth talent. Swinging left, he throws right with a run on first.
Vassar into the stretch here, has the sign, and his first pitch bounces in the dirt, and a nice block by the catcher, Owen Arias, to keep that one in front of him. And will keep the runner away from scoring position for the time being. Strand will, excuse me. Is that the runner at first, Strand? No.
No, Posse was just hit by the pitch. And well, I would look right now for Vassar keeping his eye. He's looking opposite direction of first base. I would look for him to maybe make some check throws over to Posse at first. Posse looks like he's ready to go at any moment.
So all ones across the scoreboard. Posse continuing to build his secondary lead over there at first base. He's dancing over there on the base pass. But behind in the count here is Colton Vassar. It is 2-1 to the lefty first baseman, Joe Muzio. His third plate appearance of the night. Vassar in the stretch. Here comes his offering. A big wave and a miss for strike 2, and the count is run even, 2-2.
And that was as much of a strike as a strike can be. That swing looked like it was going for the fences, and that combined with the sound of the catcher's mitt, the cheer from the crowd, perfect atmosphere.
So the count is run full. It is 3-2 to Colton Vassar, for Colton Vassar to the batter Muzio. Looks like there is some action in the Sea Unicorn bullpen. We have the relievers trying to get hot in the bullpen. The 3-2 pitch swung on and missed. The throw down to second is not in time, so it's going to be a stolen base over there for Andrew Posse. He's into scoring position. Muzio is punched out. There's a big second out of the inning. It was a hit and run the whole way for the Road Warriors, and Norwich looking for the classic strike him out, throw him out to end the inning, but the throw a little bit tardy from Owen Arias, who bounced in front of the shortstop covering the bag.
And not surprised there at all that Posse was able to steal second. We saw the jumps he was getting. He was trying to extend his lead at almost every single pitch that followed.
And that is into left field. The green light is now going to become a stop sign as Posse's over there at third. That's a nice little single into left field for Nick Pappas. And the inning will continue for Tommy Goonan.
So 2 outs now, and the Road Warriors again with an opportunity to try and even this one out. Had to run their first run of the season, first run in existence, I believe, as this is their inaugural season here in the Futures League. Came last inning, shoring the lead up 3-1.
Big cut there from the catcher, Tommy Goonan. He has struck out and walked in this ball game. It is 0-1 to the catcher, here tonight for the Road Warriors. Product of Bentley University checks his swing. They will appeal down to first. He did go around. It is strike two. Well ahead here is Vassar. No balls and 2 strikes with 2 outs. He's got the door cracked open, trying to mitigate the damage in the 6th for the Road Warriors. The 0-2 pitch is skied into left center field. It is going to fall into the left center field gap. 1 run is going to come in to score. And the lead has been cut to 3-2. A nice 2-strike approach there from Tommy Gooden. It's a run-scoring double. And it is 3-2.
Yeah, and that was tremendous hit over there far into left field. Had second contact was made. I think both it was both Duke Telly and Larson knew exactly what was going to happen, and the Road Warriors cut the lead down to just 1, 3-2. Sea Unicorns.
Both teams with 5 hits aside. The Sea Unicorns have committed 2 errors in the ballgame, but clinging to a 1-run lead. Vassar trying to work his way out of the inning, and that is popped into center field. And camping underneath it is Larson to make the final out of the inning, but not before the Road Warriors scratch across their 2nd run of the ball game. And the Sea Unicorn lead is just 3-2. Headed to the bottom of the 6th. You're listening to all of it right here on SNSN. Welcome back. Home half of the 6th here at Dodd Stadium. Futures League action between the Norwich Unicorns and the Road Warriors. About as opposite end of the totem pole as you can get. The defending champions to the Road Warriors, who were just welcomed into the league here tonight. Their first ever game as members of the Futures League. Coming in for the Pittsfield Sun. This league wanted to keep 8 teams in this league, and even Steven 8. They didn't want to go down to 7, so the Road Warriors assembled a team. They're ready to go, and they're playing this Norwich team really tight right now, and give them credit. They have battled back throughout this ball game.
Yeah, credit where it's due. Is nothing is more difficult as an inaugural team. Nothing is more difficult for them than facing the reigning Futures League champs in the Sea Unicorns, as down goes Torado on strikes right there. So something important to notice, McHugh still out there on the mound here in the bottom of the 6th. He's been a workhorse all game, and up now for the Sea Unicorns is going to be Arias.
Oh, and Arias the batter for Norwich. Torado the only Sea Unicorn that has struck out, so Owen McHugh has had Torado's number in this ball game. It's an important first out in the inning. Norwich looking to add on here and create a little cushion. Their once 3-run lead has been trimmed to 3-2. 1 run for the Road Warriors in the 5th and one more here in the 6th. And that pitch misses low and away to the righty batter, Owen Arias, who is 0 for 2. He grounded to short and flew out to right field in his first 2 plate appearances, and he's well ahead in the count 3-0, and there is strike one. He was looking to head over to first base there.
Yeah, I think a look of confusion on his face when he saw the umpire's fist extended.
There is strike 2, so from 3-0, it's 3-2.
And I think that one, Arias knew that one was in there.
So the count is run full to the catcher, Owen Arias. Swung on and back foul into the seats. So we'll do it again. A full count here to the Sea Unicorn catcher. One away here in the bottom of the 6th. That is strike 3. So back-to-back strikeouts. Owen McHugh gets the ring up there. Gets the benefit of the call. Arias not too thrilled about it. He's sent packing into the dugout, and Owen McHugh has his 3rd strikeout of the ball game.
And I think the crowd too joined Arias there in the disbelief of that call. They were not very happy, but nonetheless, 2 outs here in the bottom of the 6th.
So this will bring up the right fielder, James Marsden. And McHugh again starting to build that confidence. He's really become a strike thrower here. He had some bouts of wildness early in this ball game, and you said it, first game, opening day jitters for this Road Warriors team, but he's really starting to feel comfortable. Is the starting pitcher for the Road Warriors, Owen McHugh, who is a rising sophomore at Williams College, another NESCAC kid, a kid that Coach Murphy very familiar with. He competes against him in that conference.
But think about the sort of confidence boost that would be for these Road Warriors. I mean, this team, they don't even have a home field. They don't have home fans. I mean, they're on the road everywhere. We mentioned earlier, I believe they're rooted out of Worcester, Mass., but all their games will be road games this year.
And that is going to be in time, and that's how the inning will end. A nice sliding grab there by the second baseman, Nick Pappas, and he will complete the play to end the inning. We are headed to the 7th here in Norwich. 3-2 Sea Unicorns. You're listening to coverage of Future League Baseball on SNSN.
Pitcher for the Sea Unicorns. He's at Penn State University, number 17, A.J. Rooks.
A.J. Rooks into the ball game, a kid you're quite familiar with here, Ryan. So it's the 3rd pitcher of the ball game for the Sea Unicorns as they turn the ball over to the left-hander A.J. Rooks, who is a rising junior at Eastern Connecticut State, a product of Coventry, Connecticut.
So we've got some stats here from Rooks. Last season at Eastern Connecticut State, put up an ERA of 3.72 in 9 appearances. He only pitched a total of 9 innings and accumulated 15 strikeouts. Didn't allow a single home run and allowed a batting average of .237. So played his most recent season at Eastern Connecticut State. He transferred from Albertus Magnus back in the fall of 23, where he appeared again frequently as a pitcher. So here he is making his Sea Unicorns debut.
It's another call to the bullpen for head coach Kevin Murphy, as he is doing what the game calls for. This part of the ball game, it's all about matchups. There's no 3-batter minimum rule, so it's really at the disposal of Coach Kevin Murphy and what he elects to do with the back end of his bullpen. And this is where you want to get to in the ball game with the lead, to the arms that you really trust to preserve this lead here on this home opener. And when you look at a schedule and you go down the list of must-win games, these big nights with a big crowd, home opener, Memorial Day, July 4th, all your promotional nights, you really look at that and you're like, these are the games we really have to show up. For our home fans, you really want to continue to bring back a really nice attendance night in and night out. And I can tell you, as a broadcaster, and I'm sure the players on the field, it's a lot more fun when this place is filled up.
You got that right, Adam. It is a great atmosphere and environment here at Dodd Stadium, as always. And now a 3-1 count. Jack Finnegan, the utility man, is up at bat, 5'8" and 170 pounds. But he knows how to get things going. I believe he had a stolen base earlier in this one. And here at the top of the 7th, this is the last stretch. So this is the chance for the Road Warriors to take this game back, as that slow start did kind of catch up to them. They're down 3-2, but anything can happen.
The count is run full to the left fielder, Jack Finnegan. And you talk about adjustments throughout a game. Struck out his first plate appearance and then really turned things around at an RBI single to help close in on that. What was a 1.3-0 lead for Norwich. The count is run full, and the offering from Rooks is back to the screen. And good thing the netting was up there. That was coming close to the booth here. We have a couple souvenirs here in the booth as well. We got a baseball right in front of us, keeping that window open. We'll get our gloves in here, Ryan, as the season rolls on. Get some souvenirs as that one is bounced over to second. And taking control of it is the second baseman, Tirado. And there is out number 1.
And again, Tirado just making those routine plays as he throws it over to Grace. Get that first out of the inning. The Unicorns would love to revert back to their old ways of making light work of these pitchers. We're going to see, you mentioned, they've been looking into the bullpen for this one, so we've already had 2 pitching changes in the last 2 innings. So we're going to see how the bullpen can close this one out and hopefully secure a win for the Sea Unicorns.
Sea Unicorns looking to win ball games on consecutive nights on a stretch where they will play here at home. 3 consecutive games here at Dodd Stadium, starting here tonight and all the way through Memorial Day on Monday. So it should be a nice crowd throughout this weekend to open the season here at Dodd Stadium, unveiling that Future League Championship 2023 banner over the center field wall, over the Jersey Mike Subs advertisement. And you look out a little further, a couple signs down, there's the SNSN sign. It looks good out there in the outfield.
It looks amazing. It was just unveiled the other day as we were setting all of our camera equipment up.
There's a fly ball into shallow left field, and tracking it down over there is the left fielder, Anthony Ducatelli, to retire the second out of the inning. And some nice work out of the bullpen from A.J. Rooks, looking to work a clean 7th inning.
2 at-bats and 2 outs now in the top of the 7th. So it really looks like Rooks is looking to show what he's made of on the mound. We're back to the top of the batting order for the Road Warriors. It's Brett Baker now, the center fielder from UMass Dartmouth, up.
Baker will watch ball 1, and also got away from the catcher, Owen Arias. Arias has done a nice job back there, trying to stay defensively minded and keep everything in front of him. There was a no harm, no foul pass ball, no one on base. And a big swing and a miss there from the center fielder, Brett Baker, who comes up empty. Infield at standard depth, and the 1-1 pitch well out in front of it was the leadoff batter, Baker. A couple of off-speed pitches. A.J. Rooks doubled up on it. We'll see what he'll do here with 2 strikes and 2 outs in the inning. Looking to send us to the stretch. Here comes the 1-2 pitch, swung on. There's a fly ball. Carrying out there, it's going to hang up in foul territory, and it's put away over there by the third baseman, Christian Stratus, and that's how the inning will end. It's a 1-2-3 inning from A.J. Rooks. Out of the bullpen, it's stretch time here in Norwich. 3-2 the lead for the Sea Unicorns as you listen to coverage of Future League Baseball on SNSN.
And sing along with Take Me Out to the Ball Game.
Welcome back to Norwich, fresh out of the 7th inning stretch. Don't mind me trying to ask questions away here. It's a new pitcher in the ball game for the Road Warriors as they make a call to the bullpen. They'll bring in Chase Carey, the rising senior out of UMass Dartmouth, product of Colchester, Vermont, is into the ball game. Well, this is the first look out of the Road Warrior bullpen, and this is a big spot for Chase Carey, a veteran guy who's been around the college game for a good while. He's really looking to tie a bow in his college career, heading into his senior year at UMass Dartmouth. A number of kids, products of UMass Dartmouth, in this ball game. A lot of NESCAC representation as well. A lot of representation out of the Connecticut State Schools. This is a league very focused in this New England area and looking to square around a bunt there for the Sea Unicorns. Is there?
That was Ducatelli showing bunt there. Again, him in his last game, that first opener, the season opener, I should say, for the Sea Unicorns at New Britain, the 10-5 win. He pinch hit, only had 1 at-bat, failed to record a hit.
Well, he did record his first hit on a nice double into left field last time up. A nice plate appearance, too. Going the opposite way, but behind in the count 0-2, and that crossed up the catcher a little bit. Tommy Goonan back there, but nice job to block it, and again, give credit where credit is due. It's not a lot of fun taking baseballs all around the body. I'm sure black and blues everywhere. There's a borderline pitch that just missed. And the count is run even. It is 2-2 to Anthony Ducatelli, who's 1 for 2 in the ball game. Here in the home half of the 7th, there is ball 3. So from 0-2, the count is run full. And when you get into a count where there's a borderline pitch where you think you could have had a strike 3 called and it doesn't go your way, you have to recompose yourself here. And Carey will look to do it on the full count pitch. It is upstairs. That misses, so it's a 6-pitch walk drawn by Anthony Ducatelli, and some nice patience shown in the batter's box by Ducatelli, who didn't lose his plate approach there, and the Sea Unicorns have themselves a leadoff base runner.
Some good discipline there on a full count. He's able to take that and earned himself a base off ball. So now we're going to get back to the top of the batting order for the Unicorns. Garrett Larson, the center fielder out of Fairfield, Connecticut.
Larson looking to record his first hit of the ball game. He has reached base safely on a hit by pitch. Not a fun way to reach base safely, but he was able to wear one right on his front left shoulder. But he stayed in the ball game, and chance for him to try and get to the back end of the bullpen for the Road Warriors. There's a check swing, back foul to the screen. And that's going to force Alex Irizarry to go and find it. Irizarry at Quinnipiac University, transferred back into his home state here of Connecticut, and he's pretty excited. I was talking to him pre-game while he was taking batting practice inside the cage there, but he's happy to be living at home, home-cooked meals, sleeping in your own bed. But was at Maryland and didn't play a whole lot there. And in fact, his fall ball stats, which you don't really see recorded, really swung the bat well and was really out of the lineup when it came to that spring season. He's returned back home, and this is really a big summer for him to get his game on track, really just come in with confidence. That's what's so important about these games, all these at-bats, all these kids take so much pride in. And it was a really good night for Irizarry in the season opener. He was a big contributor for the offense. There's a snap throw down from Goonan over to first. A little bit tardy, but they're trying to keep close tabs on the runner at first. That is Ducatelli.
Yeah, and obviously still a lot of baseball here to be played on the full count. But looking at some scores around the Futures League here. Some other games. Top of the 7th, New Britain Bees are up 4-0 on the Nashua Silver Knights. Brockton Rocks are up 3-2 on the Vermont Lake Monsters.
Well, the runner is going on the 3-2 pitch, and Ducatelli is going to camp out at second base as that is going to be put away out there in center field by Brett Baker. It's a fly out into center field for the first out of the inning, and good awareness on the base pass too by Ducatelli to immediately recognize that was going to be put away for the first out of the inning. Didn't get himself into a spot where he would have been doubled up. We'll get to see Alex Irizarry has had a really nice start to his summer. He is 2 for 3 here tonight. The transfer to Quinnipiac University, as we just mentioned. There's a throwback over to first. Carey, I'm going to keep a close watch on Ducatelli.
And Irizarry in his last plate appearance, fly out, so he's going to look to get back into his rhythm. Has had a, like you mentioned, good start to the season. Another check over to the first base.
And the fans will let him hear about it as well.
Yeah, it looks like Ducatelli might be living rent-free in the head of Carey.
And this is all positives for Irizarry. He's become the second focus here. See if he can get a pitch that he can cover. And there is ball one. So after all of that, the first pitch of the sequence misses up and away to the lefty shortstop, Alex Irizarry. The runner at first is Ducatelli, who has really been a concern here on the mound for Carey. And the 1-0 pitch, it almost hit the batter, Irizarry, and he's well ahead in the count, 2-0. Some count leverage here for the Sea Unicorn shortstop.
Yeah, that one was way inside. You got to start to wonder if batters like Irizarry kind of force you to throw some pitches you may not be super comfortable with. So Irizarry is going to try and continue to force Carey into mistakes. And, of course, you have to remember Ducatelli over on first. I think after those first two checks earlier in the at-bat, I think that's got to start to weigh on your psyche a little bit.
Well, in Major League Baseball, if you throw over a third time, unless you record him as an out, that's a ball in the count. That rule doesn't apply in this league. And there is ball 3, but a nice block by the catcher, Gooney, to keep that one in front of him. And that will keep Ducatelli stationed at first. The count is 3-1 to the Sea Unicorn shortstop, Alex Irizarry, who has been all kinds of trouble at the plate for opposing pitchers here to start out his summer in the Futures League. They count in his favor, 3-1. Carey is set. Here comes the 3-1 pitch, swung on and belted deep down the right field line. It is foul. If it was fair, had the home run distance and the height, but it's a long strike two.
Yeah, and that one had some velocity there too. That one was moving. I think half the stadium stood up, and of course, to all of our dismay, that one will foul off right, 3-2 count.
So Irizarry and Carey will do it all again on 3-2. Big sigh of relief from Chase Carey. That could have really changed the ball game. The 3-2 pitch swung on and it is popped up. Irizarry got a little underneath it. It's a long run for the right fielder, and able to make the play over there is the Road Warrior right fielder Ryan Strand. And there's the second out of the inning.
The first baseman, Ryan Grace.
So Ryan Grace up now, the first baseman for the Sea Unicorns, and 2 outs, but not all is lost. Of course, remember in that first inning, Sea Unicorns were sitting at 2 outs for quite a while when they scored those 3 runs, which have kept them in the lead even through now. The lead sits 3-2. Of course, all could change within a matter of only moments, so this is Sea Unicorns' prime opportunity. Time is running out to lengthen their lead here as the first pitch outside for ball number 1.
Ryan Grace recorded a hit his last plate appearance, a nice little single into right field. We'll look to try and extend the inning here in the bottom of the 7th. This game is rolling right along here at Dodd Stadium. Big cut and a miss, and the throw down to second up the line. That is going to go through into center field, and advancing to third on the play is Ducatelli. He's 90 feet away, and there's a big run standing at third base for Norwich, as they'll look for Ryan Grace to help come through here in the clutch with 2 outs in the inning. It has been a fruitful time for Norwich when there's been 2 outs in the inning. They've done all their damage in the ballgame. All 3 of their runs in the first inning came with 2 outs, and they have threatened throughout this ballgame with 2 outs. This is going to force head coach Brendan Morrissey to come out to the mound. He's going to talk things over with his reliever Chase Carey. There's some movement in the Road Warrior bullpen, as there is in the Sea Unicorn bullpen. We get accustomed to that in the late innings here.
Yeah, so Morrissey's just going to go have a little word on the mound. He's going to return back. Again, likely just reminding the defense to stay calm. 2 outs. Don't let the Sea Unicorns capitalize on the mistakes that we've been seeing. Runner in scoring position over there on third. Anything can happen here, folks. 1-1 count.
Count even for Ryan Grace, the first baseman here tonight for Norwich. We'll watch strike 2 pass over the outside corner.
That one looked close. Looked like it was right on the strike zone, but they're going to get him for strike number 2.
1-2 with 2 outs here. On 1-2, swung on and missed. And the throw down from Gooney will complete the strikeout. So a big strikeout recorded from Chase Carey to end the inning. Norwich will strand Ducatelli on third, and that's how the inning will end. After 7 in Norwich, 3-2 for the Sea Unicorns. You're listening to coverage of home opener Future League Baseball from Dodd Stadium on SNSN. New pitcher, another call to the bullpen for the Sea Unicorns. In the 8th inning, they'll turn the ball over to right-hander Callan Powers. His brother's also on this team as well, Tiernan Powers, but it's number 35 for Norwich. That's the big right-hander, Callan Powers, 6'5", 205, out of the University of Massachusetts, and the pride of Hannam Neck, New York, is into the ball game. Big, tall righty, another different look here for the Road Warrior batters here, and this is the big power pitcher here for Norwich. Back into the bullpen here, underway for the Sea Unicorns as they look to hold off the Road Warriors.
So they're up to bat number 3, Ryan Strand. Last at bat was a fly out over to right field, so we're going to see what he can do against the new pitcher.
You talked about the smoke. He just blows the smoke right by.
Yes, he does.
Ryan Strand. Strand in this ball game has reached base on an error committed over there by Anthony Tirado, the second baseman. A couple of errors in this ball game. Each team has committed at least an error in this ball game. 2 for Norwich, 1 for the Road Warriors. Top of the 8th here from Dodd Stadium. Big swing and a miss, and there's a strikeout to start the ball game. Welcome to Norwich for Callan Powers, and there's the first out of the 8th.
And Callan Powers, 6'5", 205 frame. So that overhand throw, that ball is coming down, and you can imagine the sort of difficulty that has, even on Ryan Strand, who's 6'2". A ball coming. I can't imagine what Callan Powers' wingspan is, but that ball is rifling in there, and he is certainly trying to go out there and make a name for himself on the mound here in the closing innings.
Yeah, and he takes full advantage of his wingspan, too. There's a nice break or two. But again, he's not shortchanging himself. He's extending over the top, and that was the big thing when I was pitching. You don't want to short arm the baseball. And when you have that kind of reach, and watch the stride he gets right off the mound, he's almost to the front lip of that pitcher's mound, and it really closes the distance of it. And there is out number 2. What a play over there by Anthony Tirado to record the second out of the inning. But again, when you are 6'5", 205, and that is coming from now, that is much less than 60 feet, 6 inches. That's maybe 52 feet away. That will get on you quickly. And when he shows you the come and get me fastball, all I have to say is good luck up there at the plate, because that's closing in on you in a hurry.
Yeah, definitely seeing, especially right there, like we said, right on cue. Yeah, Powers is that pitching style is something. Especially, I think that's a style that'll really benefit as coming in as a reliever. That sort of late inning, just when you think you're starting to wear the other team down, Powers comes in. He's rifling pitches like this, and I think he's catching people a little off guard with some of the stuff. Now Muzio up for the Road Warriors.
There is a ball 2 that misses. Callan Powers has entered the ball game with a strikeout, and will pop out over to second base, looking to work a scoreless inning. Right back towards the mound, hits off the second base bag, out of the reach of the sliding reach of the shortstop Alex Irizarry, through into center field. It was a maze to get out there into center field, but they have a 2-out base runner and a nice little plate approach up there at the plate from Muzio.
And they're probably going to call that just a base hit. I don't think any mistakes were made there. Just a very, don't want to call it lucky, but a very great bounce, a very great roll there. Well placed hit for Muzio. And with 2 outs again, we mentioned both these teams, they like to play around with the out count, get to 2 outs, and then try and make something work. But nonetheless, here we are.
That is corked into left field. A little 2-out rally brewing here for the Road Warriors. They got something cooking here in the top of the 8th against Callan Powers. So 2 quick outs, and just as quickly, there's 2 runners on the base pass on a 2-out single from Nick Pappas. Nice plate approach too. Didn't come out of his shoes and stayed compact, nice and sweet through the baseball. So this is crunch time here in the ball game.
And I think that's something we've seen too as this game has gone on. Road Warriors batters have gotten a little more comfortable. We mentioned earlier they were kind of trying to go yard on just about every single pitch that came their way. I think with patience and discipline, they're going to start seeing the results that they want. And right here, runners on first and second That's kind of the result you want. So we're going to see Tommy Goonan with an opportunity here to totally change this game up for the Road Warriors.
There's a brushback fastball from Callan Powers to turn away Tommy Goonan, who's got a big bat here for the Road Warriors, an RBI double in his last plate appearance. Help create the offense for the Road Warriors, and we'll watch ball 2 dip below the strike zone. We were hoping to get that gift strike. That definitely missed, but still runners at first and second, 2 away. And if you are Callan Powers, all the focus has to be at the batter at the plate. A good chance for him to work out of the jam here. It is 2-1 to the righty catcher, Tommy Goonan. And there is ball 3. It misses low and away. And if the inning will continue, it will bring up the third baseman, Francisco Tavares, and things will really get interesting in this ball game. They would have them loaded on 3-1. Callan Powers is set. He is assigned from Arias, and there is ball 4. It's a 5-pitch walk to the catcher, Tommy Goonan. The bases are loaded for the Road Warriors, their best chance at the ball game here, and that is going to bring out head coach Kevin Murphy. We'll see if it will just be a little heart-to-heart discussion here, or if there's going to be a change being made. Golden opportunity for the Road Warriors, a nail-biter here in the 8th inning, and that is why it was so important for Carey to get out of it and strand that runner earlier. It was Ducatelli who would have been that insurance marker. So this is a big spot here for Callan Powers in his debut of the summer.
And yeah, Coach Murphy going over there, likely trying to just control the nerves of Powers on the mound. Bases are loaded with 2 outs. Obviously, this is crunch time of the game. We're here in the top of the 8th. And up at bat comes Tavares, who in his last at bat did fly out to center field, but the bat before that he did record a single. That was off of those errors that we saw. And
that pitch got away from Arias. The throw is going to be not in time. The Road Warriors have come all the way back to tie the ball game on a wild pitch from Callan Powers, which sailed all the way back to the backstop. And they will bring home that run from third. They have runners at second and third with Francisco Tavares at the plate. It's a brand new ball game here in Norwich. And as nice of an inning as it started, things have really twisted here in the 8th inning. A big spot here for Callan Powers as Norwich will look to keep this ball game where it is.
Yeah, and all of a sudden, after that wild pitch, this game is all tied up. Sea Unicorns have yet to score a run since that big first inning they had, so definitely have slowed down a little bit in terms of the pacing on this one, and I think the Road Warriors are only picking up steam.
The count is 1-1 to the batter, Francisco Tavares, and the off-speed pitch is back to the mound. It is fielded by Powers, and his throw over to first is in time. So another run in the inning for the Road Warriors. They have tied the ball game. It is a stalemate here in Norwich, headed to the bottom of the 8th. You are listening to coverage of home opener baseball of the Futures League right here on SNSN.
Final.
no Plains game.
3-3 ball game in the bottom of the 8th. The Road Warriors have battled all the way back to tie it. Chase Carey is still out there on the mound for head coach Brendan Morrissey, so they'll give him the go-ahead here, at least to start the 8th inning. And there's the first pitch strike to the designated hitter Brennan Hyde, who is 0 for 2 in the ball game. Reached base on a walk in his first plate appearance. And the off-speed pitch, a nice breaker there.
And that one caught the home plate umpire. I think he's going to take a bit of a walk there. But, yeah, Brennan Hyde coming off his last at-bat, fly out over to right field. He does have a base off balls, but he's still looking to kind of find his mojo. And, again, no better time than right now. We're here in the bottom of the 8th. And in that last inning, the Road Warriors officially tied it up with the Sea Unicorns. So the inaugural team here in deep-rooted combat with the reigning Futures League champs in the Norwich Sea Unicorns. What a story that would be.
Yeah, what a story it's been for the Road Warriors here on night one. In the 0-2 pitch, it jammed Brennan Hyde, who was right in on his hand, and taking command of it is the second baseman, Nick Pappas, to record out number 1 and give credit to this Road Warrior team to stay composed, to limit the damage. Not the start they wanted, but again, they stuck with it. Were able to get out of a couple of big jams in this ball game. And shout out to Owen McHugh, who, after surrendering 3 runs, was able to work into the 6th inning of this ball game. There is ball 1 on the third baseman, Christian Stratus. Stratus will watch strike 1, and all ones across the scoreboard here. 1 ball and 1 strike to the third baseman, Christian Stratus. Carey ready, and the 1-1 pitch misses. Blowing away, it bounces in the dirt for Christian Stratus. So we find him, the rising sophomore at the University of Alabama at Birmingham. Long way from where he goes to college. Native of Hilton Head, South Carolina. So he's out here living with the host family, and a big thank you to all the host families here for the Sea Unicorns and throughout the league to make this possible, for the athletes and people like myself to make it possible to come out here and be a part of this. And the count is run even. It is 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Otherwise, we would have been the Oakland A's.
The 2-2 pitch misses upstairs. It is 3-2.
Yeah, the fans here at Dot Stadium letting every opinion of theirs be heard for the umpiring crew out there.
The full count pitch. It is a pop-up in the infield, and once again, it will be taken care of by Nick Pappas to record out number 2. So Chase Carey's worked well in relief for the Road Warriors. One final chance here for the Sea Unicorns in the 8th before we head to the all-deciding 9th inning. Or we could also see extra innings here on night 1, really getting our money's worth here on this home opener. We'll familiarize everyone with the extra inning rules once we get to that point in the ball game. We'll save that drama for when that moment comes. And it's a little bit different here, but there's a meeting at the mound here between head coach Brendan Morrissey and Chase Carey. That's going to be it. So Carey does a nice job in relief. He works an inning in 2/3. Is able to keep the Sea Unicorns off the scoreboard. Pitching change being made for the Road Warriors. We'll introduce you to the new reliever. When we come back, you're listening to coverage of Future League Baseball from Dodd Stadium on SNSN. So head coach Brendan Morrissey is elected to make a move. He has called on Jason Bickford, who recorded at least the final out here in the 8th inning. The rising senior out of Fitchburg State, native of Exeter, New Hampshire, is into the ball game, and this is a big spot. You are talking about matchups late in the ball game. Everything has become so pivotal. It is magnified here. A really nice outing from the bullpen from Chase Carey to keep the ball game where it was. It has set the stage here. We are all tied at Dodd Stadium. It is 3-3 here in the bottom of the 8th.
Yes, and although Chase Carey steps out of this one, give him his flowers. He put on a phenomenal couple of innings for the Road Warriors, but here we are with 2 outs here in the bottom of the 8th inning. This one is coming down to the wire. Both teams tied up 3-3.
This is the second baseman, Anthony Tirado. We'll stand in there and watch ball 2 miss outside. The numbers for the measurables, I should say, for Jason Bickford, the left-hander, is 6 foot 165. And that is over the head of the leaping shortstop. It is through into left field. It's a 2-out base hit for the second baseman, Anthony Tirado. He's got his first hit of the ball game, and the inning will continue for the catcher, Owen Arias.
Yeah, and what a play right there again, following that sort of late in the inning drive, 2 outs, and Tirado able to make a great hit over into left field, and now Owen Arias, he has a chance to help propel the Sea Unicorns to extend that lead. That would be a change of momentum, a great change of momentum for the Sea Unicorns, as they have truly stalled out. No runs scored since that first inning.
Bouncing around going over there from Anthony Tirado at first base, and you can really create that distraction. It's a lefty reliever on the mound. This is Jason Bickford, who's now into the ball game for the Road Warriors. So from righty lefty we go. Another turn throughout this ball game. There's been lots of stops along the way, but we are now 3-3 in the bottom of the 8th, as Owen Arias will watch a called strike land over the outside corner.
And Arias struck out, caught looking in that last one, and I recall the crowd voicing their half on that call.
As they have all night.
They have all night, especially as you get later into those innings and the beer starts to settle in.
That is right. They sell throughout the ballpark. That gets away from the catcher, Goonan, and taking second is Anthony Tirado. He's into scoring position. Big opportunity here for Owen Arias. So immediately some danger, as there's a 2-out base runner in scoring position on that pass ball. Just was able to leak behind the catcher, Tommy Goonan. But still with 2 outs in the inning, if you're Bickford on the mound, you are looking to just focus on the batter. You get him out. This inning is going to end a tie ball game heading into the 9th.
Again, this is definitely some must-watch baseball. This one's coming down to the wire. 2 teams who are competing for a lot here in the earlier stages of the Futures League Summer 24 season.
And going there is Tirado. It got away from the catcher, Goonan. He is darting towards the plate. The throw is in time, and the inning will end. The Sea Unicorns got aggressive. They sent Tirado home. He is ruled out at the plate on the pass ball wild pitch. This game is going to remain tied after 8 innings of play. And a nice recovery from the catcher, Tommy Goonan. The crowd certainly shows their dismay and displeasure with the ruling at home plate. They thought Tirado was able to slide underneath the tag. Headed to the 9th here at Dodd Stadium. It's 3-3 here as we bring you coverage of the home opener of the Futures League for the Norwich Sea Unicorns on SNSN. Top of the ninth here in Norwich. Adam Plager alongside Ryan Palillo. As we finally got the tongue twister for myself. It's just those couple of L's, Ryan. And it's nothing on you. I'm going to make sure we get that right all summer long. Just had to learn how to...
We've got a long season to look forward to.
Then the pitch to Finnegan is fouled away. That's on to the concourse. Back in out of play. The check swing there to, excuse me, it is a pinch hitter here for the Road Warriors. That I believe is number 14, as you pointed out, Ryan.
Jack Byron, I believe he's in for left field, and we are.
They thought that was strike three.
Yep.
So that was Owen Arias. He thought that was strike three, and once again, the crowd is again let the umpiring crew know their thoughts and concerns. Fortunately, it doesn't really count for anything, but we enjoy it over here. We know the crowd is into the ball game. A nice showing here for this home opener. The count is now run full. It is 3-2 to the pinch hitter, Jack Byrne.
Yeah, but we mentioned it earlier in the game. These Norwich baseball fans are passionate, and again, it doesn't matter who is playing, whether it's minor league baseball, whether it's collegiate level, or even high school.
It is through into left field. The opposite way there for Jack Byrne. It's a pinch hit single for the Fairfield University product, native of Natick, Massachusetts. Byrne also another one of the members of the team who did not have a number going into today. And then a point I wanted to make was the reliever, Jason Bickford, was not even on the roster as of this morning. And by 3 o'clock local time, he was added officially to the Road Warrior roster. And this is, I believe, another pinch hitter. This is Anger Paulino. So this is the designated hitter who has been in this ball game for the duration. The number 9 hole hitting designated hitter, a big swing and a miss. Callan Powers had him swinging out of his shoes that time.
Yeah, and he's looking to go all in on this one. His last at bat, fly out over to left field, but now facing an 0-2 count with 0 outs.
Well ahead is Callan Powers. The 0-2 pitch is swung out and missed. Strike 3 to set down Paulino. A big strikeout there for Callan Powers. It's his second of the night. And there's the first out in the 9th for the Road Warriors.
And we are moving right along with this one. 1 out now. Brett Baker, we're back at the top of the lineup for the Road Warriors. The lefty out of UMass Dartmouth checks on that one. And it looked like Arias is going to keep his eyes over on the first base runner. That's Byrne, who made his way over off a single.
Yeah, he's a speedy runner over there at first. Jack Byrne, who just checked into the ball game, had a pinch hit single into left field in between the third baseman and the shortstop. And the off-speed breaker misses over top of the strike zone. And the count has moved to 2-0. Norwich will look to try and walk it off here, but they need the hold from Callan Powers, who surrendered a game-tying run in the top of the 8th. As the Road Warriors have battled back all night long. A big hot and a miss there from Brett Baker, and it's 2-1.
Yeah, and Powers came in on the mound looking real strong. Had a real quick first at-bat with Strand, struck him out, but then would allow a few singles before the wild pitch, which led to the game-tying run. That was last inning in the 8th when he came in. Looking to find his rhythm here in this one, but again, Powers with that 6'5" frame. Pretty big wingspan, what it looks like from the booth.
And we're going to get a 2-2 pitch, misses over inside, and Jack Byrne has himself a stolen bag. That is going to go all the way through into center field. He will advance to third base, and the go-ahead run is just 90 feet away. This game has really took a big turn here. Go-ahead run, that 4th run stands at third base. That is Jack Byrne. The leadoff batter, Brett Baker, looking to try and come through clutch for the Road Warriors. And what an impressive night they've had. They've really gotten to the bullpen here of the Sea Unicorns. Night that started so promising. The start from Justin Marks. Went in and tossed 5 innings. Shutout baseball, 8 strikeouts. Really a night for him to remember in this home opener, but some difficulties from the bullpen from the Norwich Sea Unicorns has opened the door here. In the 9th inning, they have runners at the corners for Ryan Strand.
And Strand, his last at-bat was a fly-out, and that at-bat right there is not something you want to see for the Sea Unicorns. Those are the kind of mistakes that will lose you games. You cannot allow.
Infield is in for Norwich, as that one is laced foul into the seats, and the chase is on once again. All the youngsters in the house are going to make a scramble for it. We enjoy seeing all the little kids out here enjoying their night at Dodd Stadium. Night number 1. It's going to be a fun summer here in Norwich. Snap throw on the pickoff attempt to first is to keep a close watch on Brett Baker. There's all kinds of speed on the base pass. Brett Baker stands at first. He takes his lead over there, and Byrne at third. And the pitch is lofted deep towards left field. It's going to race back the center fielder, Garrett Larson, and tagging up and scoring is Jack Byrne. And the Road Warriors have taken their first lead of the ball game on a sac fly from Ryan Strand. It's 4-3 for the visitors.
The shortstop, Andrew.
Nice piece of situational hitting from the Road Warriors to take their first lead of this ball game.
Yeah, and that's just an example again of the Sea Unicorns shooting themselves in the foot, and that one is
fly ball. Sounded nice off the bat, but it's going to hang up out there for Garrett Larson. He will put it away, and that's how the inning will end. The Road Warriors take their first lead of the night in the top of the 9th. It is 4-3 for the visitors. Norwich looking to come back. They need a run at least when they come back in the bottom of the 9th. You're listening to Future League Baseball on SNSN. It's time to put the rally caps on here in Norwich. The Sea Unicorns trailing by a run. 4-3 for the Road Warriors as they turn to a new pitcher. They make a call to the bullpen. The new pitcher is left-hander Dominic Monico, the rising sophomore out of Worcester Polytechnic, native of Litchfield, New Hampshire, will look to close this ball game out for the Road Warriors, who have had an impressive come-from-behind effort to this point. They've chipped away, and now you look at the scoreboard. The big scoreboard out there in center field reads 4-3 for the Road Warriors.
Yeah, and this isn't to discredit the Road Warriors. However, the Sea Unicorns have been unable to put a run on that scoreboard since the very first inning where they recorded all 3 of their runs. So definitely a sloppy showing at bat. Also, in terms of fielding for the Sea Unicorns, they put up 3 errors. That is, they're out-erroring the Road Warriors 3-1. And we've also seen just a handful of wild pitches and stuff all over the place that is just flat-out no-nos in terms of what to do and what not to do. So, again, early on in the season, this is kind of where you want to, you want to get rid of those little mistakes. They've got time. They've got a long summer, a long season to make up for it. But this is one of those games you want to win. And that ball is I cannot see it. That is foul. Looks like it's coming right in front of us. Foul ball. Almost bounced to us.
Almost
actually.
Bounced into the booth. Almost had a nice little chip shot into the Sea Unicorn broadcast booth area. We're stationed right up here in the press box behind home plate. Really nice view. Picture perfect view of Dodd Stadium and what the city of Norwich has to offer. And the pitch to Arias got him to chase. There's strike 3 to the catcher, Owen Arias. There is out number 1, a big out number 1 for Monico on the mound. He comes at you from a 3/4, almost sidearm type of release. It's a pinch hitter, I think.
Yeah, 21. That's James Marsden.
No, okay, he's been in this ball game.
He's been in this one, and 2 outs. The Road Warriors are 2 outs away now from winning this ball game. Again, to come from behind. It looks like they're about to be 1 out behind. If that
is up the line, that throw pulled the first baseman off the bag. And it's going to be an infield hit for James Martin. That's why you put your head down and you run it out there. It's a 1-out base runner. It looked like a tough play the whole way there.
That did. That was an
shortstop.
Impressive throw, but yeah, by Posse. And we're gonna get a pinch runner over on first. In for Marsden. See if we can get a.
I'm sure Eddie, our public address announcer, who is one of the best in the business.
Gavin Shaddix.
And we love Eddie here in Norwich. He's been here almost since day 1. All kinds of brilliant stories to tell about the Tails here at Dodd Stadium. It is really a treat to just listen to him talk. A voice that sounds, it's an ode to Bob Shepard, really. Very reminiscent of that. The tying run stands at first. It's Gavin Shaddix. He is the pinch runner here. That is number 10, I believe. No, that is not Gavin Shaddix, right? Is the pinch runner?
Number 2, Gavin Shaddix is in as pinch running, yes.
Native of Austin, Texas, attending Olin College. He stands at first. He represents the game-tying run. This is a big spot in the ball game. And there's a check-in over there from the closer, Monico.
And up at bat is Andrew Posse, the shortstop, looking to be the hero of the city of Norwich right here as they trail. Narrowly avoids that one. That one was rather high. But yes, an impressive on that last at-bat, the single from Marsden. An impressive play from...
this is Ducatelli, I believe.
Oh, sorry, Ducatelli. I was
going to say Posse's over there.
Posse's over at shortstop, yeah. So nice Ducatelli, that one's going to go up.
Yeah, pop up over there to shallow left field and right at the lip of the grass where it meets the infield dirt. It is Posse, who we have talked about here at length, records out number 2. And the Sea Unicorns are down to their final out in this ball game.
Now it is all on the hands of Garrett Larson, the number 1 man in this batting lineup. The center fielder, his last at bat.
So the Sea Unicorns
fly out. Yep, his last at bat was coming off a fly out.
The Sea Unicorns have the tying run at first. That is the pinch runner, Gavin Shaddix, and that hits Garrett Larson. He'll take his spot at first. Runners at first and second for Alex Irizarry, maybe one of the hottest bats that the Sea Unicorns have to offer in their batting lineup. The transfer back to Quinnipiac. The Bobcat looking to come on the prowl here and at least tie the ball game. The go-ahead run stands at first. Big moment in the ball game. Monico against Alex Irizarry, the shortstop for the Sea Unicorns, with the chance to tie it. He would be the hero in the Rose City tonight. And the offering is a check swing. It's a called strike. It's 0-1.
Irizarry's last at bat ended in a fly out to right field, similar to Larson. And of course, we saw Larson seemingly an intentional walk there, as he only lasts a pitch before making his way to first. So here is Irizarry.
There is ball one. Oh, it just missed inside. That's been called a strike a time or two throughout the night. The strike zone has been inconsistent at times here at Dodd Stadium. Irizarry looking to tie it. He would be the hero in Norwich tonight. The Sea Unicorns struck for 3 in the first, but have held scoreless since then. It is chopped foul, and Norwich is down to their final strike of the ball game. It's 1-2 to Irizarry. Runners are at first and second for Norwich. It's Dominic Monico on the mound for the Road Warriors, looking to win them their first game in a future league history as they just joined the league. It is 1-2 to Alex Irizarry on the home opener. It is swung on and missed. It is strike 3, and that's how this night will end. Come from behind win here tonight on the home opener to spoil it for the Sea Unicorns. The visitors take it by a final score of 4-3. 8 runs and 1 error with 4 runs for the Road Warriors. 3 runs on 7 hits for the Sea Unicorns, but 3 errors here tonight. That was a big storyline in the play in the bottom of the 8th, where they sent that potential go-ahead run to the plate. He was called out at the plate. I believe that was Tirado. And really, at that point in the ball game, you felt like the Sea Unicorns had Bickford on the ropes there. A couple of pass balls, a couple of wild pitches, and they were knocking on the door all night long. But really, after the first inning, Norwich was held off the scoreboard, and the relief, the bullpen, the back end for the Road Warriors, they were impressive. Owen McHugh really bounced back after what was a rocky start to this ball game. Really spoils the effort on the mound for Justin Marks, who pitched 5 innings of scoreless baseball, 8 strikeouts, and you really feel for him. You thought he was in line to earn the victory tonight.
Yeah, and of course, gotta give those flowers too to Chase Carey, who did carry a lot of the weight during those middle innings for the Road Warriors. Prevented the Sea Unicorns from scoring again. Another big story to this one is the Sea Unicorns, first inning, had a great time out there, scoring 3 runs, unable to even make it back to home plate after that. That combined with the defensive errors, got a little bit of kinks to work out, but again, this is only game 2. We've got a long season ahead of us, and I'm really excited to be a part of the ride.
Yeah, now it's going to be a fun ride here in Norwich all season. Stick with us. We'll have some post-game fireworks here as well. That'll come out from center field. We'll have a nice camera shot of that. Norwich is going to come right back to work here tomorrow. Day 2 of the season here at Dodd Stadium. It's a 4 o'clock local start time. And Ryan, I ask you, a game where you felt like you were in the driver's seat to win this ball game, and a nice effort there by the Road Warriors to come in here and spoil this home opener night where they unveil the championship banner. How do you reset yourself and come back to the ballpark tomorrow with a fresh mindset?
Well, like I've been saying throughout the broadcast, this is same coach, new team, and similar to the way how these sort of leagues always work. You've got a lot of guys from different backgrounds, different schools. You've got some guys playing at JUCO, some guys playing in the NAIA. You've got some guys playing Division III NCAA, Division I. So really, I think these first few games is going to be feel it out, learn who out there is the most confident. I think we saw both teams kind of reach into the bullpen a little bit, but really not too bad of a game from any of the pitchers necessarily. Of course, everyone's got things to work on, improve on. That's what this league's all about, development for those collegiate guys who we're seeing a lot of guys rising, sophomores. Heck, we've got some incoming freshmen out there who are getting some time. So this is really just time for them to develop. And again, tomorrow, and again on Memorial Day Monday, we're going to have games here at Dodd Stadium, so we hope you all tune in here on SNSN.
Yeah, lots of baseball upcoming on the way here from Dodd Stadium, but it's going to be the Road Warriors who are victorious on night one. They win it 4-3 here at Dodd Stadium. The final line and the winning pitcher here for the Road Warriors is going to be their reliever. That is going to be Jason Bickford. He was the pitcher of record, and getting the save here tonight is Dominic Monico. His first save in the Futures League, first save all time, and give credit once again to this Road Warriors team. They battle back from a 3-0 deficit, and they come all the way back to win this ball game by a final score of 4-3. The losing pitcher here tonight is going to be Callan Powers for the Sea Unicorns. We'll do it all again tomorrow, 4 o'clock local time here at Dodd Stadium. For Ryan Palillo and all of our staff here on SNSN, you've been listening to coverage of the Futures League home opener for the Sea Unicorns. Stick with us with the post-game fireworks show coming up next here from Dodd Stadium. I wanted to make sure I said your name right there at the end, Palillo.
Your official attendance for tonight's game, 3,523. The Sea Unicorns, thank you, and hope to see you out here often this summer.
Well,